NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, is made possible through contributions from listeners like you. To help support the podcast and to earn exclusive rewards, head to www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. That's www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. Believe it!
Hey everyone, this is Naruto Uzumaki, and you're listening to NaruTalk. Believe it!
Hello everybody, welcome back to NaruTalk, the greatest podcast ever to be all about Naruto. I'm your host, Liam English, and with me as always is my co-host...
Oh god. It's like when you're in class and you don't want the teacher to pick on you.
Yeah,
Usually I decide
I
before
don't
we
want to be
start.
picked.
I said Katie last week.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think I said you the week before.
Yes.
But Morgan read what the podcast is about last week.
So do yourself first.
So,
Do that today.
I did. I always do. It's part of the first thing.
We'll do it again.
With me as always is me, Liam.
There you
Hey,
go.
how are you? I'm fine. I'm a little tired. We're recording early.
It's really not that early.
Well,
It's really
honestly,
not.
I mean,
It's 1 o'clock.
Feels like it.
being out of bed before 1:30 is like immensely early for me.
It is a lot more chill though to do it on like a Sunday morning.
Yeah.
I kind of like it a lot.
It's like, wait, one of the episodes you watched the Naruto episodes like really early in the morning. You're like, I was still riding that serotonin high.
yeah, I love waking
I'm
up
kinda
and
like-
like feeling okay.
And I'm in pajama pants and shit. I'm like, this is cozy Naruto hour. Let's say Rush.
Okay. Hi. It's me, Raj. I'm sipping M&Ms out of a coffee cup.
Yeah, that's true. Sometimes RD Hall has M&Ms to put on your ice cream or whatever, and if you put them in it's M&Ms. You gotta take them. It's too good to not to pass up, you know?
I can't like drink them on air because it'll be like pebbles falling into my mouth. So
And then you chewing pebbles.
yeah. So I'm just gonna like push my lips in and suck them up like a vacuum.
Yeah, sounds
So,
good.
yeah. So it's like that.
I'm also joined by Morgan Williamson.
Hello, everybody. I have a bagel that I fully intend on eating while recording.
You
So
just gotta
enjoy
suck it
my
up.
crunches.
Yeah, I've been drinking mocha cookie crumbles from Starbucks on air for the past 3 weeks. It's my new good luck token.
I thought you were gonna say I've been drinking. That's it.
I've been drinking on air for 3 weeks now. Yeah, get sloshed in NaruTalk, bro. That's the way.
motto.
No, I've only ever done one episode drunk, and that was the live show because I was really nervous.
Were you drunk?
Yeah.
I did not know that.
I did not know that either.
I get drunk like most of the times when I perform in front of people. Just like
I
a
knew
little
that.
bit. Yeah.
Didn't know that about the live show.
Yeah, are you kidding me? That was like bearing my soul to the school. I could never have done that sober. I'm also joined by my co-host, Katie Suderi.
Hi. My sick from last week has evolved into a cough, so that might not be fun for editing.
Ah,
But
you know,
just a
the
warning.
thing about when we cough on air is that I rarely edit it out.
Well,
cough. We're
that'll
people.
be fun for everybody who has to hear me cough. Then.
Yeah, because usually we cough over each other, so and we're pretty good about like covering it actually,
Cough
so it's like
directly into the microphone.
just don't
will.
cough directly into the microphone, especially if like somebody's in the middle of a punchline and then so there's no way I can
my
edit it
gosh.
out. Yeah, which is always frustrating. What do we do here? This week, every week, we watch 2 to 4 episodes of canon of Naruto. We watch 2 to 4 canon episodes of Naruto every week. 2 of us know Naruto-ish, it's me and Raj, and 2 of us don't know Naruto, it's Morgan and Katie. So it's like a little journey through it.
It's like the little train in Mr. Rogers' town, and it's just like chugga chugga.
And Naruto is the puppets, and we are the train. Yeah. You remember why were you talking about circumcision so much like 5 episodes ago? Like 5 episodes of this, which for us is like 4 months. But you were like, some of us are circumcised, some of us are uncircumcised. What was that bit? Because I
think it was. So you know how my brain works, where I get like if I like one thing, I'm kind of just on it for a little while.
And
I think circumcision was
you're just on circumcision.
Yeah, I was just.
Wait, wasn't that like an analogy for like you guys were circumcised and we were uncircumcised, and that was like what the podcast was about because we.
I don't know,
Yeah.
man.
Yeah, it was.
my fucking first week
Yeah,
of
and you
college,
were
my
saying
joke
that
was
was-
about heroin use. Like
Heroin use, circumcision, it's all connected.
Yeah.
It's the circle of life.
It's like that scene in Always Sunny where like Charlie has like the on the wall like all the photos and shit.
Yeah.
It's Pepe Silva.
But
They're all
for you, it's
connected.
heroin use and foreskin. No, but I over the break I found out why I was circumcised, which is just.
What?
Because I'm not like it's
transition.
well listen, it's like a I think it's like a Jewish like originating thing, and now just mad people do it because mad people do it pretty much.
You're not
and
Jewish.
So no.
What?
You're kidding, surely, right?
No.
You know I have blonde hair and blue eyes, right? That's
I don't know.
Right.
You just like place them on, you know.
I mean, you're not Jewish.
What? I mean, generally, you know, it's like there's ethnic traits, I think.
No, man, Jewish people come in all
Really?
shapes and sizes.
Is that true?
Yeah.
I always thought it was like from
so.
a like a region. It doesn't matter. The point is, I'm not Jewish.
Okay.
But my mom was like, "Hey, should we circumcise Liam when I was born?" And my dad said, "Yes, because if his penis doesn't look like mine, I won't be able to teach him how to pee."
That's incredible.
That's pretty funny, right?
Some would say funny.
I think that's pretty funny.
Some would say therapy.
But it doesn't.
Some would say that.
Yeah, it does. I don't know how uncircumcised penises work. If you have one right
I just can't imagine.
Yeah.
What would you
I just don't know. Like, yeah, because, like, you know how, like, circumcision started because, like, the church didn't want people to touch themselves? Like, in the U.S., it got popularized. I swear to God.
I don't know the history
Bro,
of circumcision.
because,
That's
like,
what it is.
yeah, because there's, like, more nerve endings in your foreskin. So,
took
like,
my nerves?
Yes, so that your penis feels less good. Like, it was, like, and that's also why cornflakes exist.
Well, also, so
What?
if a penis is uncircumcised, it's self-lubricating.
Oh.
Another
Yeah,
fact.
yeah.
Wait, does the foreskin just exude?
No, but like
Lube?
pre-cum
Uh-huh.
won't the foreskin distributes it.
Oh my God, this
Is
is.
this sex ed with NaruTalk?
Yes, it is.
Awesome.
Wait, what was the moral of what I was saying? I don't know, just a weird, fun
Do you know
little,
how to pee?
fun little fact.
Did
Do
you
I know
learn
how to pee?
Yeah.
I did end up learning how to pee. Yeah. And it's all thanks to circumcision. So, anyways, yeah, we talk about Naruto. This week we watched episodes 74, 75, and 76, which is Shino versus Kankuro. Not in the finals, but they finally got their little match. And also Sasuke and Gaara fight again. So that's fun because they got interrupted. So, without any further ado, let's start talking about it. Ooh.
Wait, what episodes are we supposed to watch? Not in your weird way. What episode are we watching, Liam?
We watched... Wait, are you asking like the number?
Yeah.
74, 75, 76.
Okay, wait a minute here.
Mm-hmm.
Now, either I mislabeled 74 as 73, or I just didn't watch 74, and I watched 73, and then went to 70... Wait, no, I labeled the next one 74. Did I just not
Wait.
watch?
What happened in the
74?
episodes? Like a quick recap.
Okay. Man.
Okay, because
Gaara-
first of all, there's a chance that you rewatched last week's
Wait a
episode.
I
minute.
didn't know.
Wait a minute.
Which would explain why you didn't like this week's episode. That just felt like a recap.
Wait a minute. No, wait, did I really? Oh, wait a minute. That's so fucked. No, I remember watching the episodes.
What was the last thing that you
Which
remember
one?
happening?
Yeah.
That's
So,
that's
like,
what
the
is most
crow, and
important.
then. Oh no, so Naruto and Gaara, and then. that
Like
was-
diving.
Yeah.
At each other. Okay, yeah. So you're good.
What?
Yeah, that's.
So
that's
what
correct.
happened to my notes? I wrote them down fully, guys.
I think we're fine.
I didn't
Let's-
even know. you
Am
took
I
notes.
fine? I don't know.
Okay, are you fine? I don't
don't
know.
know.
Will this episode immediately right now be fine? I think so. It's sounding like
I
yes.
hope so. I like fully remember writing.
Uh-huh.
Yeah,
these
you can
notes.
pretend
Okay.
that he.
Yeah.
Katie, there are notes in my head, but not in my phone.
Wait, so
Where did the notes go?
maybe you dreamed them.
No way.
Maybe.
I dreamed the girl giving me a tote bag. Okay, I didn't.
Maybe the notes
Maybe
are
they're
in
in
the
the
tote
tote
bag.
bag.
Yeah, the notes are in the
Okay.
totes.
That's
For context,
definitely where they are.
Last night, either in
Oh,
my
wait,
dream
I
or in
forgot.
real
Was it
life,
while we were recording?
someone was like, "Raj, do you want my extra tote bag?" And I said, "Yes." And now I just can't remember who that was or if it was real.
Wait, when would that have happened? Who was carrying totes?
I see the body, I can't put the face to it. It's
Right,
all
right.
a blur for me.
And you just see the tote bag.
It's just a tote bag. It's a really nice looking one.
And it's got really nice notes inside of it.
My fucking Naru notes are in that tote bag.
Well, it's alright. I'm sure it'll be fine. Let's So,
I
okay.
didn't write notes this week for the first time, like, ever.
You didn't write any?
I wrote for the first half of the first episode. And
That's
then
all right.
not the
Hopefully
rest.
you just sort of.
Yeah, I haven't been reading them recently anyway.
Yeah,
and
yeah.
I was half
and you've
asleep
actually
and
been
didn't feel like
talking
getting a
way
pen.
more lately.
No
Cool.
notes are the new wave.
Yeah.
Because
New notes are
it
the new
restricts you,
notes.
because if you make notes, then you're like, okay, I need to wait for this thing to happen in the outline.
Yeah.
Oh, here's what I have to
I
say.
think it's still
just
good
go.
that I take notes because I then remember what happened.
But last week you were remembering on air, and it was like, yeah, that's
Oh,
true.
yeah.
And that was very exciting because it was like watching a detective
That's also
work.
the detective and everybody else already knew the
I don't
answers.
remember what you said, but it was something that they said very clearly in the episode,
Yeah,
and you
no,
were like,
it was-
wait a second, does that
It
mean
was
this?
the fourth Hokage like died because he was doing this thing.
Oh, right,
Yeah.
and they said that, and you were
They
like,
just
wait a
did say
second.
that.
But it
and
was
I didn't
like,
get it.
but hey, I mean,
But I did figure it out.
you know, that's good.
Just
So, Raj,
after I already knew.
just to be sure, this does sound familiar, right? We open on Team Pakun racing towards Sasuke, and Pakun like stops, and then Naruto crashes into a tree because.
Yes.
Okay. So we're good. Pakun can smell that Sasuke and two of the Sand siblings are on the move, but that there are two other people there who are like stopping to fight, and so Pakun is like, "Yo, we should like not be there for that. That would be bad for us." And Naruto's like, "Oh, but I'm down to clown. I like to fight." And so
They're wasting a lot of time.
yeah, Team Pakun just goofs off.
They're
That's
like
all
terrible.
it does.
Yeah.
Like their best member was Shikamaru. Like the real leader there
That's
was
true,
Shikamaru.
and
It's
he's
true, yeah.
gone.
Without them, it's the dog. The dog's the only responsible one, and that's just
And he's
And
just
they also
not even
he just
responsible.
stops them randomly all the time.
he does. It's
Can't you run and talk at the same time?
maybe
Yeah,
he
you
can't
really
run and
can.
smell at the same time.
Well, then how does he know where
Yeah,
he's
how is he
going?
doing anything?
Do we assume he knows where he's going? They do
It's
stop
all
often.
bullshit. Kakashi's summoned a dog that doesn't even know how to smell.
No, that's. I went on this
my
date
gosh.
once over the summer,
Mhm.
and
She didn't know how to smell.
we. Oh my god, it was such.
Raj shit his pants on the date, and he was like, "Uh-oh," and she was like, "I don't have a sense of smell," and he was like, "Thank God."
And then he waddled away.
Waddle.
But
Nice duck sound reference.
so after
Sorry.
I shit myself, we were supposed to go to like this bridge, and I'm terrible at following maps and stuff, but I got lost so often, so I had to
Lost in
become.
the sauce.
I had to just channel my inner theater kid. I had to just start like, it was raining and I had to like stop and be like, let's admire the trees and dance along and sing while I followed the map slightly and readjust.
Yes,
Just
that's
keep
exactly
turning
what
and
Pakun is
turning.
doing.
And I just took her through enough like magical spins through like
Right.
random streets. I'm
Yeah.
like, oh, this street might be really cool. We should go down this
Yeah.
random block. And we got to our place finally. It was so fun.
Wow.
But it took like an hour extra,
Mhm.
and the way like she just
But
didn't
you
notice.
spun it into a positive.
Exactly. That's what Pakun is doing.
Yeah, he doesn't
But
know where he's
negatively,
going.
because he's like Sakura. Like
Your hair looks like shit.
Yeah, your hair looks bad and you smell like a dog.
Did I just whistle when I said shit?
Yeah.
Do you think that's gonna sound weird on the audio? What's up with that? Why did I whistle when I spoke?
I don't know what did you.
I feel like
Maybe it's
last
like
night we were just like
Yeah.
really destroyed. I feel like our brains are just like trying to readjust.
Oh yeah, this has been a wild weekend.
Wild week.
Yeah. Oh well. Oh shit. This doesn't come out until like 2 Mondays from now, so it's gonna.
Oh.
When we and now we're out of time forever because we're gonna be an episode ahead until we need to release one.
Yeah.
You know. So, yeah, it's always so confusing when we talk about our personal lives and then it's like you go back and it's like, when did what happen? You know?
February 1st, 2020. Me and Liam had a wild time.
It's
I'm going to have Alzheimer's when I'm older, and I'm
Oh,
gonna be like,
yeah.
I want to remember. I'll listen
Yeah.
to the podcast, and I'll be like, what?
Yeah, what?
That's like
Why did
one of-
everything
yeah.
happen in one day?
That's like
Yeah.
one of my greatest fears is Alzheimer's. That's like the worst thing in the
Yeah.
world.
Well, no, but I do like though when we listen back, even though it is out of order, it still is like a journal basically.
No, for sure. And it's like, it'll be a funny one.
Somebody reached out. Was it in the Discord? Somebody was like, "I love hearing about your personal lives."
Yeah.
It's like,
It's like, yeah,
thank you. That's
thank
the
you.
point. I think it's fun too. I live it.
Do you
So-
think it's fun?
Sometimes it's like 50-50. So I'm sick too. Yeah.
Oh, fun.
Yeah.
Are we ever not sick?
I know. I'm supposed to be on antibiotics, but it was like they say that you shouldn't drink and do antibiotics, so I was like, alcohol, antibiotics.
Oh my god.
College?
You know,
Yeah, I can cough if I'm drunk. Like that's fine.
really horrible infection that spreads throughout your body and slowly kills you. No, I think I'd rather be drunk.
I'm not gonna feel the pain if I'm wasted.
That is true.
No, I did a couple days of it, but I just kept forgetting, and it was like I was supposed to take it like 3 times a day.
Yeah.
And that was never gonna happen. So I was like, you know what? Probably safer to just. I don't know what happens if you mess with your antibiotics, like when you're supposed to take them.
You build up like a tolerance to them, and they don't work eventually.
Antibiotics.
If you don't like complete a full prescription of them,
Yeah.
your body's like, oh, well, now I have a little bit of this, and like.
Well,
become
hopefully
immune to it,
I
and
don't
then-
get defeated by biods.
I used to do that all the time though, because I used to get sinus infections,
Mm-hmm.
and I would never finish a full prescription.
How's your sinuses?
Dead.
Well,
So.
hopefully I won't be soon. Or, whatever. Anyways, so Sakura and Pakun are both like, yeah, let's avoid this fight. Naruto wants to go fight, but they ignore him, and they keep going, and now they're back on the map. They know where they're going. So, further in the forest, last week we ended Kankuro and Shino facing each other down. The match in the finals that we never got to see. And Kankuro unwraps the crow. He's got those little chakra strings on his fingers. We already know about them shits. And Shino, like, he calls bugs from out of his arms, and they, like, cloud around him. They're just kind of, like, flipping their dicks out on the table,
I think one of the worst animated things on the show ever is Shino's bug swarm.
Well, imagine how hard
Okay.
that would be.
But
No, yeah,
I
but
really
it's just,
loved when he like extended his arms out before the bugs like
Wait, what?
when he extended his arms out. I loved how that was animated.
No,
Like, when
that's
they
cool.
crawled
It's
out?
just specifically when they're all in a giant like conglomerate,
Yeah.
and they fall away.
Yeah.
Well, that's how they look.
They're just
bugs.
bad. They look poorly animated.
No, they look
Also,
like-
I'd like to call to attention that clearly they do fly.
Do they?
Oh, the bugs.
fly?
Yeah, they did. They
all
were
the
flying the
time.
whole
No, I just
episode.
think they're falling.
Was that last week that we were talking about that?
Yes, he
They
argued
just-
with us forever
they
about
just
how the
keep-
fact that beetles don't fly.
It's the swarm starts on Shino's arm, right? And they're all jumping from there, and then they jump on each other. So it
Yeah.
creates the illusion of flight.
There's no flying involved.
Well,
Raj
you gotta stop enabling.
Raj doesn't
Yeah.
believe in
I
flight.
just don't.
Airplanes, big jump. Birds, not real.
Airplanes, big jump. They get a big fucking hand from the sky to just, you know when you have like one of those toy cars you pull back and they like zoom forward?
Yeah, it's the same exact
They just put a
mechanic.
giant ramp.
Yeah, airplanes are just giant Hot Wheels. It's true. Beat that.
Launches them to the other coast.
So Shino's like, yo, Kankuro, I'm not gonna hold back even though you're like a small enemy because we respect small shit in my family because we're all about bugs. I thought that was cute. It's like a fun little thing. Anyways, so elsewhere, Tamari and Gaara are racing through the forest, and Tamari's like really struggling because she just had that fight with Sasuke where she was like all up in the fire and shit, and she got beat up pretty bad. But Gaara, like, he wakes up. And he's like, yo, it's cool if we stop. So they land on this branch, but Gaara falls over instantly.
Yeah.
He's like doing that thing where he like just yells a bunch and he grabs his head and
Yeah.
shit.
So
And,
when that was happening, I don't think I ever noticed how awful it is.
When he does
Like
it,
Gaara's
yo,
voice actor, the screaming,
Liam O'Brien stepped his motherfucking game up this week.
like it's so awful. And
Yeah.
just, ugh.
Yeah, and it's just getting started.
Yeah.
It's 3 episodes of basically just Gaara screaming.
I
Pretty
feel like
much.
his voice is not what I would expect to come out of that kid.
What would you expect?
I don't know.
Do it, go. Do
No, I
Gaara's
can't do
voice,
it.
an impression.
I can't even
Touch
think of
my
what it
claw.
actually sounds like.
I'm Gaara.
Yeah, that's what he sounds
I'm a
like.
Saiyan.
No, I feel like I would think he'd sound higher pitched than he does, but I can't do it.
Like a very effeminate Gaara.
That would be funny.
I
Yeah.
like to imagine other voice
My
actors.
hatred is stronger than yours.
Oh my god, wait. That'd be so good.
That's Gaara in Katie's mind.
Yeah.
Sorry, you
My
were saying?
hatred is stronger than yours. I think it's fun to imagine other voice actors doing other character voices.
yeah.
Like, what if Pakun was like Guy, or like, what if Shino
Oh my gosh.
was like Sakura?
Wait, if Ino was Sakura?
No, if Shino.
If Shino was Sakura. This is a different Shino voice actor than when we first met him, right?
I couldn't tell you.
Really?
He,
I couldn't tell you the last time we heard Shino talk.
He
yeah.
doesn't
Yeah.
talk.
Me neither.
He's
Every-
like Ferb.
Yeah.
Straight
He
up.
is
Oh,
like
yeah.
Ferb. He's the Ferb of the Naruto universe.
Except with more beetles.
Hey Shino, what are we gonna
Yeah.
do today? Just look at bugs. Come, look at my bugs.
Come here.
Yeah, weird.
Stroke my bugs.
Weird little bug boy. So Gaara's like yelling and shit as you do, and Tamari's like, "Oh shit! I wonder if Kankuro's gonna be able to hold off Sasuke." And like also Gaara's still like, I don't know. They only show like a little patch of blood on his sash, but sash, I guess.
I'm assuming they like patched him up and it's bleeding through.
Yeah. Oh. So like, yeah. So
Like I'm assuming when they stopped, he collapsed and then started bleeding again.
Okay, because the wound from Sasuke's Chidori is what we're talking about, and I assume that it's like quite deep. I mean, the boomers did say it could cut a lightning bolt in half. Whether or not that's true,
I hate you.
I know, but so there's like that big damage and shit. So
a big boo-boo.
Yeah, exactly. So Tamari's like, "Yo, let's keep on moving. That would be a good idea." But Gaara's like, "No, leave me alone."
And then he fucking eats her.
Yeah, he punches her into a tree, and why would he do? Like, why is he such a dick to his siblings?
Because
I just don't get it, man. I just wish and they've been spending. It actually annoyed me a little bit because they've been spending all of these past couple episodes just taking care of him, and as soon as he woke up, he punched her.
yeah, like hard too.
Like a lot of unnecessary force there, Gaara.
Yeah.
Just a little bit.
It wasn't like a gentle shove. Like he yeeted her.
Yeah, but
She was yoked.
That's the power
She
of
was
hatred
yoked.
and sand.
Yeah.
Just like a little flick and
Well, yeah,
she
that's
went
true.
flying.
I mean, we have said if you were covered in sand all the time, you would be annoyed a lot of the time.
That's
too.
yeah,
fair.
you'd be just angry.
Yeah.
I definitely would.
Yeah, sand all up in your business. Have you had any sand experiences at the daycare? I know you work there now.
Oh yeah.
Has sand strucketh again, or is the winter keeping it at bay?
It's a strange time now because I'm with like a new class of kids, and then my old class are also out there, so I have to like divide my time between two classes because I don't want to let go of the old kids.
Right.
Rock Boy can speak now, by the way. That's like the coolest development.
Could he not?
I didn't know he couldn't
No.
speak.
Oh yeah. So before he only like grunted and like once in a while said a word.
Wow.
And
That's very primal. Rocks
Yeah.
and grunts.
So
Yeah.
Shino?
Yeah, like so Shino, except instead of bugs, rocks.
But he fully came back from winter break with like a vocabulary. Like he was just speaking. But it was just everything he's always wanted to tell me, but words instead of grunts.
Oh.
So it was just like a very strange thing to hear. Because I'd go like, hey, what's up? And he just goes like, hey, I'm doing okay. For Christmas, I got a coconut. And I'm just like, oh, okay, cool.
Wait, is that part true? Did he get a coconut?
Oh yeah, he like emphasized that a lot. He's like,
Christmas, I
my
got a
mom told me to
coconut.
like keep it at home.
It's too valuable to bring out.
That's like literally what he said. He's
That's
like,
so
they might try to
cute.
take it.
I mean, fair enough.
My coconut.
Coconut, big rock.
Coconut is big
Yeah.
rock.
It is like a big eating rock.
Yeah.
It's a rock you can eat. It's Rock Boy's dream.
There's this girl who was also just like filling a bucket with like really sandy rocks and just like had them placed and sat there and was like, I'm selling rocks. And I was like, okay. Well,
Yeah. Did you buy some?
I was like, well, how much would I need? And she was
She was
just
like 2 meal swipes and everything in your wallet, and then she kicked you.
I wish. She was just more like, you don't have to pay anything. I'll just. I was like, no, I gotta give you something.
Yeah,
And
teach
she-
them how the economy works.
And she was just like,
Oh my
you know what?
gosh.
I'll save you a rock. And then she just like put it like next to her and then guarded it as
Aw.
I just ran away.
Oh,
And
that's
she came
nice.
back to me later, was like, I think someone might try to take your rock. So here's your rock, and then I just put it in my hands. Who I then, when I ran into Rock Boy, he told me about his coconut.
Pass it on.
I was like,
Sure,
yeah. I
you
was
will.
like, hey, here's a rock. And he goes, oh.
This is everything. And
Really?
there's sand on it. That's little rocks.
Really? How he
It's every rock in one.
pretty much.
I've never felt so powerful before. Yeah. So, however we got there, Gaara he chills out after he punches his sister, and then he opens his eyes and bam, Sasuke's there, and it's like, oh shit, it's gonna
his
happen.
outfit sucks.
Okay. Wait, when did I fucking like it? Oh, way later. Oh man, I'll talk about it
It
later.
just looks like a really shit One Piece now, and
Yeah.
it's like, not the anime One Piece, like the
No,
clothing
it's
One Piece.
it's like a
Yeah.
jumper of sorts.
Yes.
What do you call those?
Romper.
Rompers. Yeah.
It's like a very bad romper.
Yeah.
Like
Or
a weird
would it-
black shading.
It was
Yeah.
there was a fad. Oh, a romp him.
Romp him.
It was strange.
Yes, because it's romper, like romper for
Oh,
ladies,
so it's a
because you know
rompin'?
the binary is so
Love
important.
it. We love gendering
Yeah,
clothing.
they called them romp hymns.
Were
and they
people wearing romp hymns?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For real?
Yeah, like
Well,
big
it feels
dude
like
bros where
Fashion
they were like,
Nova
oh, like I
did like a
need to-
thing with them.
It's fucking stupid.
And Instagram's like favorite brand ever is Fashion Nova.
Yeah.
I see.
Fuck fast fashion.
I've
Fuck fashion.
which again we've established is not fads that pass by really
No.
quickly at sweatshops.
Yeah.
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 Which is it
Who
sounds
get paid no money.
yeah, bro. Do you know like most of the furniture on this campus is made by slave labor?
Wait, what?
Yeah,
Fuck.
yeah. Isn't that fucked up?
That's terrible.
Yeah, so like,
Yeah.
the whole prison system is basically designed so that we can keep slavery in the U.S. Like, that's the whole reason it exists, pretty much. And so, most of our furniture is made by prison labor, which is just New Age slavery.
What the fuck?
Yeah.
Oh, it's so fucking terrible.
Yeah, right? And for a
Yeah.
campus like ours that's always like, nuts, they, like, misgendered a romper, you would think that people would, like, be upset about, like, the slavery that we're sitting on, but I guess,
I
like,
feel like a lot of people on this campus are fake woke.
yeah. Fake wokeism makes me so mad. Just be bad if you
Yeah.
want to be bad. Just, like, don't pretend, you know?
There was a good quote that one of my professors said, and I don't remember exactly what it was,
Mm-hmm.
but it was something along the lines of, like, close your eyes to make room for the awakening.
Mm-hmm.
Because, like, everybody's, like, fake woke, so they, like, force, like, their little things that piss them off.
Yeah.
So, like, you know, everybody has their social justice warrior.
Yeah,
like,
yeah,
they're
yeah.
like, I must win. But
Mm-hmm.
it's never, like, everything. So they're, like, woke about one thing, but then they just let one other thing
Yeah.
slide. And I'm like,
Well, it's like we always talk about on this fucking podcast, cancel culture. Like, constantly we're talking about it. But, like, fucking, it's not even real. Like, everybody gets mad about shit on Twitter and calls people out. And then a week later, it just nobody gives a shit. And, like, they go back to work and it's fine. It's just...
well, and the whole James Charles thing, when he was, like, canceled,
Mm-hmm.
he lost a good amount of subscribers on YouTube and everything, but
Yeah.
like not enough to make him.
Wait, didn't he get uncanceled though?
He did get uncanceled, but when he was canceled,
But like that whole like that labeling system itself, you know, it's just
Yeah.
like it's so broken. Yeah. So the point is, we should protest our furniture
We should.
or something.
How?
I don't know. Not sit. Do a stand-in protest.
standing podcast.
Yeah. Standing podcast. No, that would end in 30 minutes. I would be like, okay, it's over. I need to sit. I
Sit
would
on the
just
floor.
say, oh yeah, that's true.
But it's like back to like our roots.
Laying
It is
podcast.
going back to our roots. Sitting on the floor. Yeah. Although in here it would hurt a lot more because there's no carpet. Oh, and it would also sound really bad because there's no carpet.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh god, we'd be like creaking everywhere.
Yeah. Not that we don't creak all the time.
Yeah.
Anyways. But you
We're
know.
just like eating. Here, I'm gonna just swallow some pebbles right now.
Yep. Mmm. Pebbles.
Pebble.
Mmm.
Yummy.
So, back with Kankuro and Shino, the crow like shoots its arm towards Shino and
Hated it.
its hand flips up and then there's like a knife
The
inside.
crow is so cool.
Yeah, it's
Oh,
pretty
yeah.
dope.
Oh my
Fucking
gosh.
terrifying.
Yeah.
Terrifying,
That
yeah.
Have we
noise.
seen that before? Like, I feel like we've seen his puppets.
All we've
but
seen
that
the crow
puppet?
do is
It's like,
there was that
swoop
one
in.
rapping motherfucker, and then the crow out-rapped him. Not rap like R.A.P. Rap like that would got mucus in my mouth. Rap like like
W-R-A-P.
Although, how amazing would it be if the crow opened its mouth and a speaker came out?
Oh my gosh.
Started
Just rapping.
freestyling.
Fucking
Yeah.
bars.
Yeah,
That'd
that would be sick.
so funny.
But no, I think all we've seen the crow do is be in a rap off, W-R-A-P off.
Okay.
Yeah. God, there should be a
'Cause
filler
I
episode.
feel like I
where-
didn't notice how creepily awesome that puppet
Yeah,
is.
yeah. Well, that's why Kankuro was my favorite character when I was a kid, because it's a
Just
creepy
the
puppet.
noise.
Yes.
Yeah, the Raj, shake your M&Ms in front of the microphone. It's the crow. Oh. It's the crow and a pebble. Yeah, so it shoots its arm out and its hand flips up and there's a knife. And so, like, Shino avoids it, but when the knife stabs the tree, there was poison on the knife and it goes into the tree and the tree just starts to, like, wither into it. Are we demonstrating how bad our sound is right now? What's happening?
I want to eat the pebble.
That's fair. That's
He
fair.
wanted Pebble.
No, we do.
My brain's pretty much melted to the point where like pebble food, you know.
Pebble food.
Pebble food.
Yeah. I vaguely recall Fruity Pebbles, and so I look at Pebbles and I'm like, it sounds like food. I remember being told to eat Pebbles as a child.
Did you say you
Oh.
vaguely remember Fruity Pebbles?
I mean, I never ate Fruity Pebbles, but like,
Why?
my mom didn't
That's
let
like
me
a
eat.
that's like a
Fruity
rich person cereal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That shit.
I'll own up to it. I'm privileged.
As long as you know what, that's like fake woke. As long as you own what you are, I feel like then that's less of a problem. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
I'm aware of the privilege that I carry.
Hell yeah.
You get Fruity Pebbles.
You Fruity Pebbles.
I get Pops. You know, that's just how life goes.
Okay, but Pops are pretty good.
Are they good because we have to accept that they're good because we're under a certain tax bracket, or are they good because they're good?
I mean, when I was a child, I liked Pops. I was like,
Is it because of childhood nostalgia, or are you remembering them because you don't want to let go?
Bro, if you start poking holes in childhood nostalgia, this whole podcast
Is
falls
Pops
apart.
good, Liam? That's the question. Do we like Pops?
Do we like Pops? I feel like I'm talking in a metaphor right now. And I'll tell you what, Raj, every week I question if I really like Pops or not.
It keeps me up at night.
Yeah,
Right?
me too. Get it?
Yeah.
Katie?
I'm confused.
How are you?
I'm alright.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Did you do something with your hair? It looks lighter.
No, I just didn't dry it.
Did you look down at your arms?
At my hair.
Oh. I just,
I
sorry.
can see it when I look down because it's long.
Oh, cool.
All right, that's cool. That's fine.
That helps.
You could do that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Just look
Raj
down.
doesn't even have to look down to
I
see his
don't.
hair.
I
You look
just
forward.
see it.
Yeah,
Yeah.
it's just in your eye.
Yeah.
This is the worst thing when doing like acid.
Mm.
It's like
Oh, because you like see it and it's always like a thing.
because I always have this thing where I think there's just like people or like things just like
Mhm.
behind me, around me, and
Just your hair.
like,
Bro, you know what's crazy? So I tweak every time I do drugs,
Yeah.
right? Did we talk about it all last
Yes.
week when you smoked for the first time?
Yeah.
And yeah. But when acid is like the calmest I've ever been.
Oh, it
on
was
any
so
drugs.
good.
Yeah.
I
I'm
tried.
just like,
yeah.
because you know what it is? I think acid, like it affects your vision, but I don't know if it like really messes with your mind too much.
No, it definitely does affect your brain.
Well,
I
but-
definitely am not gonna do it for another while.
Yeah?
Because I do feel like my brain is just, you know.
Oh, well, yeah.
Yeah, but like when I was on it, it was a great time. It was like fucking such a great day.
Yeah.
Like if you ever do it, right? I'm not saying you should do drugs, people, but if you were to do it,
Yeah, and to be clear, we've never done any illegal drugs.
Ever.
We've never even Morgan and I have never touched alcohol. Raj and I have never touched weed,
Yeah.
or because drugs is bad.
bad for you.
Kids, drugs is bad.
Bad.
Drugs
Don't
is
do
bad.
'em.
Just eat pebbles.
But yes, just eat pebbles. But in hypothetical.
Hypothetical situation, if you were to do it,
Yeah.
right? Somehow you obtained it. Do it in the morning, for sure. Do it in the morning and let it ride through the night because it is such a good feeling.
Wait, you did it in like the morning of a day?
Yeah, I did it at around 10:30 a.m. and I went into a forest.
What time
When
did
did
you
you
go to bed?
peak?
It peaked around like 4 times. Jesus.
Yeah.
But
when did you go to bed?
like 3-4 a.m.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, I was just because there was a concert the same night.
Yeah.
I didn't want to do it at night because I didn't want to be at a concert just like tripping balls. I've never done it before up until like last night.
Fair enough.
So during the morning we went to this forest and I just kind of like I was kind of like weird because like every time you try to ask someone, hey, how was acid for you? They just like, you got to do it.
Yeah.
And just like, so I was terrified, but like.
When you tripped for the first time, did you have like a third eye opening experience? You know, like did you have like a moment where it was like, oh shit?
I very much had a few moments where I was like, okay, I'm deaf more in tune and deaf more confident in a lot of the things.
Like do you feel
like I'm
different
pretty
sober?
I can
having
confidently
trips?
say now doing acid, I'm pretty mentally ill. That's like that's pretty.
Well, yeah, but like so would you say that you have more understanding about yourself or the universe or like something now that you've tripped?
Deaf more in tune with colors. That was a big thing for me.
Yeah.
Just like when I was in the
Really?
forest and you're surrounded by so many
Katie's
like
interested.
Yeah, I'm very curious.
it's so like the sky was like a really nice gray and we were in the forest behind the music building here, so it was just like thorns and browns and just nothing. But then I was staring at the ground for a while and then I see green plastic and then I'm just like, whoa, and then I turn my eyes to the left fully and there's green moss everywhere and I keep turning, there's just more green and green and green.
Yeah.
And then Evan's just like, I was with Evan, by the way, my friend Evan. I love you, Evan. You're the best. He was just kind of kicking rocks and shit. And then he sees chives and he's like, Raj, look. I'm like, what? And then he shows me the chives, and they're like such a bright green. And he's like, we should just eat it. So we eat them.
Oh, yeah.
We just eat some chives. And then my mouth was just like, chives are spicy.
Chives are spicy.
Yeah.
Why are there chives in the woods behind the music building?
No, but we ate them.
That's
scary.
scary.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But then when we were on acid, like, what was that
Yeah,
the worst
it's
thing we
fine.
could do at that
That's
point? So
At least they weren't just eating mushrooms they found in the forest. That
Yeah.
was-
The story isn't done yet.
Yeah, that's true.
They made a whole salad.
They made
much,
a salad of
yeah.
shit they found behind the building.
Yeah.
But and then when we were making music, and we were in an actual studio and not in Evan's storage room for once. So I was just like staring at the curtains, and they were just like a really nice like burgundy, and then like the walls were blue, and I just like staring everywhere, just like how much I love color and how much I like want to be in tune with like the aura of color, because it's a very like comforting thing. And even like even gray was like really beautiful. Like it was so good.
That's so
I
exciting.
don't like the nighttime at all because it just like covers everything and like colors are all muted and it's weird.
Did you have any badness in your trip?
Oh yeah.
Really?
I for like a hot well okay, like objectively like 2 moments for sure were like, oh, this is terrifying what's happening, but I wasn't like, oh my god, I need to like but it did make me realize that like, oh, okay, these are genuine problems that I like need to stop brushing off because they just came out.
Yeah, but it does feel more like, I don't know, I always thought that when people said bad trip that I would like, I mean, I thought I would get really fucked up if I did actually.
Yeah, I was gonna be like in the corner like crying and no,
not at
like
all.
not at all. I was just, and people really like to emphasize the badness of a certain experience when it comes to drugs. Like no one everyone's either like, oh man, you gotta do it, you gotta like open your third eye or like smoke some weed, bro. But like it's either like you're really positive or you're really like, I can't do this shit anymore.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah, nobody is really like a drug moderate.
Yeah,
like
just,
I really think that there are just like sort of two. That's true, Morgan. You are pretty drug moderate. But like I really think that there are like two ways to just like see the universe, and one of them is the way that your brain normally functions, and then you can use substances to alter the way your brain works and see things differently. You know what I mean?
I mean, always just in moderation. Everything's just like okay, you know.
Just don't lose sight of the universe without drugs.
Exactly. That's like the worst thing. Yeah, it just makes you more in tune with you. Like, just come out of it a better person, really.
Yeah.
Like now you know more about yourself. And if you honestly, if you're like so much respect if you like can say no to like a drug or something, because that's also like a really cool like powerful thing that I can't do. If someone's like, Roger, you wanna go smoke weed, I'm like, oh yeah, I mean I'm doing my final in class right now, but sure, like I will go smoke like so much weed.
Free weed is free weed.
Free weed is free weed.
Yeah.
But just like
Be safe.
be safe always. Be safe and always have fun. Like for sure.
And as long as you believe that,
Yeah.
then you are golden. So that's good talk about good poisons.
Good poison.
But some bad poisons are those that are on the sword of the crow, the thing in its hands. And it keeps stabbing at Shino, and Shino keeps dodging, but like just barely, and whenever it hits shit, it like withers away because there's so much poison on its little knife. Yeah. So eventually Shino gets away and he like hides in a bush. That's cool. But then back with Temari, Temari's like, yo, how is Sasuke here? How did he beat Kankuro so fast? But she figures like somebody came along, even though she doesn't know who. Gaara and Sasuke stare each other down, and when Sasuke admits that he's dying to see Gaara's true form, Gaara, he loses it again. His sand armor cracks away, and he buckles over, clasping his temples. Then he glares up at Sasuke, and he recognizes that Gaara thinks that he's similar to Sasuke, because they both are driven by a singular purpose. But Gaara thinks he's stronger than Sasuke because his purpose is to kill everyone and validate his existence, which he thinks is a stronger purpose than Sasuke's. So then Sasuke flashes back to the Gaara visiting him that one time that he was training with Kakashi. And Gaara was like, yo, what's your purpose? And Sasuke was like, it's none of your business. But the Sand Shinobi was still like, oh, I see in your eyes that you want power and you're driven to power by hatred. Like, I can see that in you. I don't need to know. Back in the present, Gaara, he's still crying out in pain. Like you were saying, it's Liam O'Brien crazy the way he's yelling. he falls to his knees, and he keeps calling Sasuke his prey. He keeps going like, "Oh, you're my prey."
That was incredible.
It's awful. Well, because I just listened to it like 20 minutes ago over and over and over. And he shakes back and forth, and then this weird transformation begins. But we cut away from that. We go back to Kankuro and Shino, and the crow is like, he's got this, I don't know, what would you call it? Like Iron Maiden kind of thing on his chest. He's got like a bunch of scythes coming out, and it looks like they're gonna sort of pinch down on Shino. You know? And it's diving towards him. So Shino throws a kunai, but the puppet substitutes, I guess, somehow. I don't know.
Dude, Iron Maidens are crazy.
Iron Maidens are crazy.
Like, what? Like
crazy awesome.
Oh, I mean...
In terms of, like, if I were to rank torture devices.
Yeah, if we had to, right?
Yeah.
I'm so here for this conversation.
Yeah?
I fucking love, like, medieval torture.
What's your favorite? Don't say urethra fish.
No, not yours.
Oh, my God.
There's a couple. It's the one where they, like, slice you a little bit and then put a cage of rats on you and heat the cage so that the rats are forced...
Fast and the Furious.
Where the rats are forced
Wait,
to burrow
for real?
into your abdomen and, like, it kills you really, really fucking slowly.
That's terrifying. Why did they do that in Fast and the Furious?
Oh, they're, like, interrogating this guy.
What the fuck is Fast and the Furious about? It's the
I
place in
couldn't-
medieval
I
times.
couldn't tell. King Arthur's interrogating Vin Diesel, right? No, so they're interrogating this dude, and he's just like, they pull his shirt up and lay him down, and they put a rat, and then they put a bucket, and then they take a torch, and then the rat tries to burrow through the man's stomach.
Yeah, because they are, like, trying to get away from the heat.
Yeah.
Hate that.
So they go, like, down. And then my other, one of my other favorites is it's, like, a big, like, triangle, and they make whoever they're torturing straddle it, and they put really, really heavy weights on their ankles, and slowly add more and more weight until it slowly splits them in half.
Wow. Yeah, that's...
I fucking love medieval torture. I think it's so cool.
That's pretty good.
Because, like, somebody thought of that.
Yeah.
Somebody was like, yeah, let's put
Somebody with a job. Like, somebody got
Like,
paid for that. Like,
yeah.
they went into the office with their little cup of M&Ms and their bagel from Starbucks, and they sat down, and they were like...
Is it Raj and I? Did we think of it?
Yeah.
So
The
good.
medieval equivalent.
I'm the rat.
Yeah, no, medieval NaruTalk was just 4 people sitting around a table coming up with ways to torture people.
I love the idea that there's like 4 people who have done our talk through the generation.
Yeah, well, it's like you know in like The Simpsons or whatever, whenever they flash back, or like most cartoons, it's just like to their ancestors or whatever. It's just them, but with a different hairstyle.
I love the idea that we all met up in like the medieval times. We're like, we should sit around a round table and just talk to like an audience. Like we have 4 like we invent the what do they call them, like the like air horn? No, what the fuck is it?
Like bugle. Like a. What are you talking about?
Here the NaruTalk is about to premiere.
Here they. This week we watched episode 74th. That's
Special guest host William Shakespeare.
Oh.
Jesus on the episode. Let's go. He has this thing called the Bible. Check it out.
That's good. That's funny. Do you have anything to plug? The Bible. Wow.
Find me in heaven.
Jesus wrote the Bible, not clickbait.
Yeah. With
King
Jesus.
Arthur stole my Bible, not clickbait.
King Arthur stole my Bible. We should get Jesus and King Arthur on the pod.
Yeah.
We could do that. We just have like a little cross, and then we'll just be like, Jesus, what do you think? And then it's just silent for 30 seconds.
Is there a way
And
to
then if you hear an answer, that means you're really truly connected.
You should just make like an effect of like.
Does Jesus do Ouija boards, or is that like
Does
not his
Jesus
deal?
do
Oh my
Ouija
gosh.
boards?
Does he? What do you respond? Is he dead?
Does Jesus? Or either?
Is he dead? That was like the whole
Probably.
thing about Jesus,
No,
is that he died.
No, he's like resting. He's coming back, right?
I think he died, and
He's
then he
already
came back
risen.
with more superpowers, and now he's like in space or something, finding like some artifact to defeat the devil.
Is that in the Second Testament?
Yeah, that's New Testament shit. Yeah.
New
believe
Testament,
that.
Jesus.
I swear to God, dude,
It's
the New
on Venus
Testament.
right
The
now.
New Testament is like fuck gays. Jesus is in space. Well, Leviticus, anyways.
Yeah.
What?
Katie?
It's a book in the Bible.
Ah, okay.
I just love the idea of Jesus
It's
rocketing through space.
Yeah, the
looking
Bible is
for a
divided into
weapon.
story arcs, much like Naruto.
Oh.
Honestly, it really aggressively is.
Yeah.
You'd enjoy it.
Yeah.
Jesus is looking for a
If you
weapon
like
to
anime,
surpass
you
Metal
love
Gear, bro.
Jesus. Yes. Yo, I want to see Kojima write the New Testament.
Kojima would oh my god,
That's his next project.
I've been playing Metal Gear Solid 5.
But he says he doesn't want to make games anymore. So he would just resurrect Jesus. That's Kojima's next move.
But he would make Jesus into like the most wicked warrior ever.
He's gonna be played by fucking who plays Snake?
Oh fuck.
He's gonna bring him back and have him be played by like Kiefer Sutherland or something like that. Or there was an original one that he got replaced by.
No, honestly,
So a white guy?
Who would have to play Snake if they casted him live action? It would have to be like Hugh Jackman.
Mm-hmm.
Hugh Jack? No, he's too tough.
I don't actually know much about Metal Gear.
Oh my god.
And I know that these cats don't.
No idea.
Okay, so I'm gonna just pitch you Snake and just like throw out actors. So we're thinking like a muscular, lean guy. You know, he's very flexible, can move around, combat, a lot of combat skill.
Zachary Levi.
Brown hair.
Zachary Levi.
Zachary Levi's too young. Snake's supposed to be like a
short brown
grumpy
hair, bandana.
Grumpy guy.
Pete Wentz.
I don't know who Pete Wentz is, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, you do.
Give it to. Okay, first of all, if Kojima actually did make a Metal Gear movie, it would be Norman Reedus who played Snake.
Oh yeah.
Oh.
Actually, if Kojima brought Jesus back to life as an android, he would base it off Norman Reedus.
I feel like that's really fucking accurate.
Yeah.
Jesus would come back as an android.
Yeah.
Like,
Oh, dude, no. Okay, first of all, that's a plot for a TV show I'm actually writing and I'm gonna pitch. So
okay, yeah.
But yeah, Robo Jesus. He comes back.
Don't call it Robo
No, I am. Robo Jesus and his best pal David Grover. Jesus comes back in the distant future of the year 2028 in the city of New Michigan, and he has to defeat Megatron. I'm so serious. I have storyboards for this shit, bro. Just you wait. After NaruTalk, this Robo Jesus is gonna be so big, and everyone's gonna be like, "Wow, that's dumb," but I'm gonna be like, "I don't give a shit, man. It's out. It's here."
Listen, man. Xavier Renegade Angel has its fans, and I'm one of the three.
That's what I'm saying.
So
yeah,
there's something for everyone out there.
He fights with like a crossbow.
Why?
And a laser arm. That's not a pun. That's just a laser arm.
Just a laser arm.
Yeah, man. You gotta fight the Decepticons somehow.
How? What would that be a pun for?
A crossbow.
Cross. Jesus. Cross.
Oh, I thought you were talking about laser arm.
Yeah, me too. I was
Well,
like,
I said the laser arm's not a pun. No. That's just a laser arm.
Well, I didn't know the crossbow.
I thought
was a
you
pun.
were saying like.
I can be honest. I didn't get the pun either. I just don't want to say anything.
Which one? The crossbow?
Well, you gotta be brave and say things.
When you
Rob.
say
Yeah, I
when
didn't
you
get
when
that.
you
I
say
was like,
when you said the
that's
laser
so-
one, that's not a pun. I was like, give me a second. I gotta think about this. What did I miss? And I got cross. I was like, oh, okay.
Oh yeah.
So I included it in my laugh to the laser thing, so I made my laugh a little longer.
Ah.
Yeah.
Yeah. So you're doing algebra to come
To
up
make
with how
sure your
long your
laughs
laugh
were
should be.
Algebra.
That's good. Algebrage.
Udon.
Would be proud. Yeah. Good. Get back to Naruto thing. So yeah. Whatever the fucking what?
Did you just have a stroke?
No, I'm saying good transition. Good transition. So the crow's got its like knives and shit, like medieval torture, and it's going towards Shino. He hits it with a kunai. It substitutes out, and then it appears behind Shino and it jumps at him. Shino has to jump into the air, and then the crow opens its mouth, shoots out 2 knives. They hit Shino in the head and the chest. It's not Shino. It's a bunch of bugs. All the bugs go away. And then the real Shino, it's just a bunch of people faking out and appearing in other places. But the real Shino appears behind Kankuro. And then this is important. He swings a punch at Kankuro and Kankuro ducks under it. And then he jumps over to a nearby branch. So, though Shino is sure that he's figured...
Sorry.
What?
I couldn't remember when that hit was.
That was now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Got it.
That's why I stopped and I was like, this
that was
is important. Yeah. Good. And now everybody out there knows there's something to figure out.
Yes.
If they haven't,
If they haven't figured it out already.
Yeah.
I did.
Good job, Katie. So yeah, Shino's sure that he's figured Kankuro out, but he's still like, no, the crow's got more shit. So it bends up its elbow and shoots out a missile that's actually a smoke bomb with poison instead of smoke, and it explodes around Shino and just makes this giant toxic cloud.
How is this shit allowed?
Yeah, right?
This is just so far surpassing ninja tools.
I know. You just have bombs. Like, what is that? Also, why doesn't everyone carry around missile launchers if they have them?
To be fair, I think so you gotta imagine, right?
Mm-hmm.
The puppet people, were first like.
You know, sometimes I just want to, Raj, before you go on this tangent, I just want to say, sometimes I hear something and I just agree with it until you disagree, because I know that you will, and so I like bait you. Like just now, I was like, why don't they use missile launchers? What's the deal with missile launchers? And I was like, come on, Raj, tell me what's the deal with missile launchers. Give it to me, and I'm setting you up, knock it out of the park.
Okay.
I think it's funny. I think it's funny when you are like, no, this is what I would do if I was in Naruto.
If I was in Naruto. I'm just, well, what I would do if I was in Naruto, I would just like, I'd open like a porn magazine store.
Hey, we know they're successful in the Leaf Village.
There's so many.
Yeah, we've seen.
Well, no, quite honestly, I would start small. I would work at a competing business first, right? Get in there, and then slowly the owner's gonna die because they're old, right? And I'll outlive them. And then while they're dying, I'm gonna steal their stories and slightly craft my own ultimate like series of like super hot mega ninja porn.
Yeah.
And then just like. When Naruto sneaks in, I'll kick him out, but I'll like also slide him one and be like, "Yo, are you cool with this Kakashi guy?"
So he spreads it around.
Yeah, exactly. Because it's Naruto. He's gonna be like, he's gonna be reading it.
Yeah, and he'll just yell about it.
And then he'll be like, and then Kakashi's like, "What you got there?" And then he'll do like a ninja move to like slap the fuck out of him, and then like take it.
And Kakashi brings it around.
And then he reads. He's like, "Hey guy, look, I know I'm too cool for school.
Yeah.
So,
but I'm not too cool for this porn.
Yeah. And I need you to read it with me.
Yeah.
So they just read porn, and then people would come over and over to, and
once Guy and Kakashi are reading something.
Do guys share porn?
Yeah. Sometimes it's just like a weird like rite of passage for like dudes to just like.
I don't even think it's weird. I just didn't know if it happened.
No, to even go deeper. Like sometimes like you'll just be hanging out with your friends and they'll just be like, "Yeah, you guys just want to watch like porn and laugh at it."
Fuck yeah.
It's
It's like last episode when like I like knew
Yeah.
what porn Lizard was talking about. That's fully because like my friend came over and was like, "Bro, I found the funniest porn intro. I gotta show." I'm just like, okay, all right.
Much like Guy and Kakashi with your porn.
With my porn.
What the heck did that have to do with missile launchers?
Hey, he's getting to it.
He's scared.
Am I getting there? I hope so.
You are.
Don't interrupt his
improv. About a
improv.
guy, but instead of a penis, he had a missile launcher.
Hot.
And
Painful.
Yeah, probably.
it'll be like a ninja tool, because it's ninja sex. So
oh my god,
it'll
it would be titled Ninja Tool.
Oh, Morgan.
Or at least there would be a line in it where he was like,
I need you to touch my ninja tool.
Yeah.
Or he'll
we'll
shoot out him.
Okay. Shooting exams, but instead of fighting, they make love. And he brought dildos or whatever.
And whoever
Hayate,
comes first loses.
And Naruto's like, that's not fair. He's using vibrators. And Hayate's like, actually, ninja tools are not allowed.
The people in the back end see Anko's like, open the panel, and there's just like a huge baseball field,
it's just
stadium,
straight up titties.
Just straight up on the panel, just people having sex.
Yeah.
And
in the corner it says sponsored by Raj's porn shop.
What are we talking about?
Raj in the Naruto universe.
I would be
They're
the
also
Porn
like
King
13.
Empire. No, not those ninja. They're
Yeah. Again, if we talk about sex in Naruto, we're aging them up. Just it's
not even aging them
Also,
up. I'm
he
talking
kicked
about
Naruto out just to get it to Kakashi.
Guys, it's not even that.
He's not trying to
Naruto
get
is
it to
not meant to
Naruto.
read the porn. He's just a delivery boy to Kakashi. And even then, right?
Don't shoot or have sex with the messenger.
At the tuning exams, right? At the tuning exams, the people having sex are my own OC ninja, okay? It's not
Original
the Naruto universe characters. It's my own.
It's Raj the Hedgehog, his Sonic OC. It's Raj the Metal Gear, his Metal Gear OC.
And it's them
Raj
having
the Metal
furious
Gear.
sex.
I don't know who's in Metal Gear, but whatever.
Raj the Metal Gear.
Raj the Metal Gear.
It's just one of the Metal Gear robots with my hair.
Hey man, that sounds pretty solid.
And Sonic. Oh, it sounds like a solid snake in my Sonic OC.
Yeah, Snake Ant because of the penis.
Yeah, I got it.
Yeah.
You know what else has a penis? Not the crow.
Not the crow, but Shino does, and he leaps out. Or it could be a beetle, but he leaps out of the deadly fog.
It's full of beetles.
Yeah, it's
Instead of urethra fish, just urethra beetles.
Stop
oh
talking!
God! Stop!
He's like 14!
Oh God!
Too far! You can't age him up if it's actually happening in the episode.
right, because
He's actually
his
there.
penis actually is made of. Okay, yeah, beetles. So he jumps
That's
out.
another manga difference.
Yeah, that's in the manga you see his penis and there's beetles.
Oh my gosh.
No. The point is, he jumps out of the way, but he still like falls to his knees because the poison it like hit, you know. So then we cut back to the village and we see the academy students led by Iruka. They come out of those bunkers that they were going through and they're on the top of the mountain and they're actually going further up the stairs to get on top of the Hokage monument. What are you smirking about, Katie?
Still laughing about the beetles.
Still thinking about dick beetles? Okay, well now we're talking about the academy students, Katie. So
Okay.
please
Yeah.
try and be
Even
appropriate.
younger.
Yeah, for God's sake. Iruka though.
Fair game.
Fair game.
I'd fuck Iruka.
Really?
No.
No, me neither. No. The whole time he'd be talking about Naruto.
I would just.
Oh my god.
I mean, me too.
No
Yeah.
comment.
No,
I'm staying out of this.
I
one.
refrain from this comment.
Not white.
On the.
Just not.
That's your
guys.
comment. When in doubt, declare that you're not.
Thank
white.
you, I
I'm
forgot.
just not.
So they're going up the mountain. Konohamaru and Moegi. You remember Moegi. She's
Yeah.
Konohamaru's biddy. They look over the railing and and like the whole village is just on fire and it's crazy.
But it's not as bad as it looks.
That's what Iruka said. He
Literally
was like,
everyone's dying.
I know everything's on fire and you can probably see the giant snakes, but like it's not as
It's
bad as it
fine.
looks. Don't even trip.
To be fair, in the ninja world, this probably isn't that bad.
Yeah, yeah.
Like, for their standards,
When
you have dudes who can create mega forests and water out of nothing,
True.
you could be a lot
Well,
worse.
you know what? It probably for a smaller, lesser village,
Oh, this is probably like, yeah.
this is fine. But in the Leaf Village, that could never happen.
Yeah.
Cough, cough, America.
Yeah, no. Look, we've said it before, but this is a domestic terrorist attack on
Yeah.
a major nation.
Yeah,
this
pretty
is
much.
this is it. This is it for them.
Three big motherfucking snakes.
Mm-hmm.
Two, three
three big snakes. Yeah,
Just
Everyone's
slithering
worst
through the
nightmare.
town.
It's true.
It
But it's
sounds
not
like
as bad
a
as
really
it
weird
looks.
rap. Big motherfucking
three.
snakes.
2-3 big motherfucking
Yeah,
snakes.
Orochimaru
Slithering through
does
the
whatever
town.
it takes to
It doesn't
bring
have
the
to rhyme,
village
buddy.
to its knees.
I gotta pee.
Please. Do you really? I actually have to pee too.
No, but if you want to pee, you should.
We'll pee after the episode.
Okay.
Yeah.
I don't even know where we are in the episode.
So the Iruka's like it's not as bad as it looks, but then the third Hokage's face cracks, and he's like, "Well, that's a bad sign."
Actually, he says, "That's ominous."
Like, what? That's such an Iruka thing to say. Like, you literally see just for some reason the Hokage's face on the monument is cracking. You go, oh man, that's a little weird, ain't it?
That was just for us, though, because we know what's happening. So he was really just identifying the fact that he's like, I don't really know what's happening, but that probably isn't good.
Yeah, he doesn't even
That's
know.
not
Yeah,
good.
yeah.
But the snakes and everyone on fire.
That's fine.
That's not as
But
bad
that
as it looks.
looks,
Yeah.
that's ominous.
The crack is worse than it looks.
Yeah.
The giant snakes and everything being on fire.
We can't. That's so much work right there.
Yeah,
we don't have the
that's-
money for that. We got
yeah,
snakes.
I can't just
We
make
got
rocks
snakes.
fix. Yeah. So, but we know it's ominous because we cut to the third, and he's literally has Orochimaru's soul in his hands, but he's worried that he's gonna die before he can tear it out because Orochimaru keeps he's pulling the Kusanagi blade further and further into the third, and as he does, it puts Orochimaru's soul a little bit back in because the third's losing his strength. Enma is holding the sword by the blade, and I'm not sure if it's in this episode, but it's certainly in a later episode. He's holding the sword by the blade, so Enma's hand is just covered in blood. It's soaked. Which is
Soaked.
Yeah, it is. It's gross. And so he's pulling it, and he's like, "Yo, Saratobi, you come on, focus. You gotta kill Orochimaru, or the whole village is
He's
dead."
just holding the sword though.
Yeah.
I feel like he fully could just
Use his other hand. Remember, he is wrapped in snakes.
so he could just pull or something.
I know. I agree.
Yeah.
Also, pulling it out though, wouldn't that also be bad?
Yeah.
Yeah, I think so. Is he just trying to keep it still?
He's
Yeah.
trying to make sure that Orochimaru can't.
He's sucking at his job because
well,
this dude's only
he's
using
fucking
2
holding
fingers.
it by the blade, bro.
Yeah.
Well, hey, you can't think of the same. He's just
Why
a
doesn't he
giant
move his hand to the handle?
Because if he
Now
lets go,
that's a good
no,
question.
because if he lets go, then Orochimaru.
Oh,
can
he'll just yank
fucking
it through.
Oh,
Yeah.
right.
Actually, that's a good point. Yeah, but they're doing their best.
Logic, motherfucker.
So when Enma's cheering him on, the third focuses his efforts. He goes back to pulling out. Back in the forest, Okay, yeah, okay, here we are. Gaara's transformed, guys. This is what it's all been sort of leading up to, at least toward the start of it.
The whole praise scene, like, transformation is so cool.
Yeah. What?
I kind of expected more.
Well,
Yeah, me too.
Well, this is at least the start of something new.
I mean,
What is that from? I know that's
High
a
School
School
Musical.
Musical.
Fuck, it's because I've been watching High School Musical, the musical, the series, which everyone out there strongly recommend.
So
I
you
love
still
it
like it?
so much. I've only seen the first episode.
You
still.
haven't watched
Still?
any farther?
I've been taking a drug break
That's a lie.
for a day.
That's a lie.
I mean, other than melatonin, it helps me sleep. But I only took one gummy last night. That's a drug break.
Moderation. Melatonin moderation.
Actually, I've been taking a lot of melatonin gummies. Is that bad, you think?
Yeah.
I take 2 a night, but like consistently.
You're gonna die.
Melatonin's
so
fine,
are the rest
right?
of us.
No, wait. Melatonin's fine, right? Like it is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. For truth?
Maybe he'll just drop dead right now.
Maybe you're actually already dead. This has been a
If you die, could you find the girl who wants to give me a tote bag? I really would.
Is she
Oh,
dead?
because I'll be in like the dream dimension if I die. Yeah.
It felt so real.
Yeah.
Someone was giving me a tote bag.
No, I oft can't tell my dreams from my real life.
No, but this was real. Like 100% sure. Last night, some girl cornered me and said, "I have an extra tote
Where
bag."
were you?
I
Like the
just-
concert?
Every time I try to remember, I just see the gates of heaven. Like I really couldn't tell.
And those
you.
gates of heaven are an open tote bag that you're walking into.
I think so. I think I died.
You died and went to tote heaven.
But you know who didn't die?
Who are we talking about? Gaara. Because he's half of his face is like a Tanuki-esque, like
Yeah.
it's got a big ear, and his eye is that yellow dot that we saw inside the sand butthole. So so that's what that is. And his right arm is that giant spiked like sand but with veins in it hand, and it's like giant and scary. He leaps towards Sasuke in the new state, and a single punch from that giant arm like just destroys a giant section of the forest, and Sasuke is just barely able to avoid it. And Shino doesn't seem to be faring much better because the crow, like, he's on his knees and the crow rises to finish him off, and it like swings a bladed arm down, but the Shino on his knees is another beetle clone. Wah, wah. The real Shino is hanging upside down on the branch, and he's hanging upside down with his chakra feet or whatever, but he's pushing beetles up onto the branch, and they crawl onto the crow, exactly like we predicted in Rio Radio episode 4. Because they get all up in the puppet's like joints and shit. It can't move. And then in episode 4 we were like, oh, they're termites. They'll eat all the wood away from the puppet. But they're chakra eating. So they don't need to eat the wood because they're eating the chakra strands that Kankuro is using to control the puppet. And that's leading them towards Kankuro. So Kankuro has no other choice but to sever the strings, which causes the crow's body to go limp. But like Shino, he climbs on top of the branch, and then the head of the crow flies off because Kankuro instantly reconnected his strings to just the head. And it flies around in like a giant arc towards Shino. It's coming at him. It opens its jaw, and this like multi-layered knife comes out, and it's dripping with poison. Like you can see all the poison on that shit. And it flies towards him. You think it's gonna hit him, and then right before it skewers him, it stops and it drops to the ground. And everyone's like, how did the head stop?
Oh, wow.
What happened? But so Kankuro looks at his hands, and they're covered in beetles. And so he falls out of the bush he was hiding in. He's like, yo, how did you get all your beetles on me? And Shino's like, oh, they snuck up behind you because that time that I punched you, I didn't actually even want to punch you. I was just putting a beetle on your headband.
This was
So
the funniest thing
cool.
ever, because he was like, I hate having to explain myself twice.
Right, because
Yeah.
he did the same trick to follow Sasuke, putting a female beetle and then letting the male beetles follow them.
Which, he didn't explain it twice. They just played the scene again from the last
Yeah.
episode.
Well, true.
Props to Shino. You know what? He wanted to beat some ass, and he's out there beating ass.
Yeah, no, he crushed ass, bro.
Yeah, he was just
Ew.
angry.
Oh. No.
Without any ninja tools too, you know.
No, bugs are ninja tools.
I would say beetles count as ninja tools.
What would you say?
Really?
Akamaru counts as a tool?
Yes.
Oh, all right then. Fair
But I
enough.
think
kind
that
of,
was like
yeah.
no, like that was Hayate's like thing. He was like, yeah, Akamaru's a ninja tool.
Oh,
Like they count.
Hmm.
So do the bugs.
yeah, fair enough. Fair enough.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So does the crow. So does Anaconda Man and his
And
bones.
so does Sakura.
She's a tool. Roasted. That was good.
Bada boom, bada bang.
So, with all of this business explained, Kankuro like gets covered totally in the beetles, and we just see him fall off the tree, and that's the last we see.
No, he really just like free
gets
falls
covered
down.
and then
Well,
drops.
He goes,
they
"No!"
very heavily imply that all of the male beetles are trying to fuck the lady beetle, so he's literally just in the middle of a beetle orgy.
What?
No, because he literally goes,
Oh, yeah.
so that means this beetle on my headband is a girl?
And that was why
and
he
then
was
all
panicked,
the
because
male
he knew-
beetles swarm.
So, Kankuro is getting fucked by beetles on the floor of the
my
forest right
gosh.
now.
Did nobody else, like, really
Beetle
catch that?
orgy.
Not really.
I literally
I did
giggled.
not realize that was why he was so scared. But
I literally was like, oh my god, he's in a beetle orgy.
wow. So Kankuro's on the forest
genital
floor
jamboree.
in his beetle genital jamboree.
Oh no.
And so it's like, oh yeah, Shino won, but also he falls to the ground because of all those toxins that he breathed earlier, so he can't go help Sasuke. And over with Sasuke, Gaara's still rampaging, and he's like, reveal yourself, my prey. Are you scared of me with my weird little arm and shit? And Tamari's really scared, and that's where that episode ends. So that's that. I guess we usually just move right on to the next episode. I'm actually pretty excited to talk about this episode. This is like, Gaara's whole thing is like my favorite part of this whole show. So
Really?
yeah, I'll talk about it once it happens, but like there's a line or like an exchange in either this episode or the next one that is one of my favorite moments of all of Naruto.
Interesting.
Yeah.
Okay.
So Sasuke feints an attack on Gaara, Gaara swats him away right away. But he was only a substitution, obviously. Sasuke's actually behind him. He throws a bunch of kunai towards Gaara, but Gaara deflects them with the giant arm and then sucks the kunai into the arm and shoots them
That
back.
looked so weird.
Yeah. Yeah, well, it did. And then he shoots them back so fast that they all catch fire. And, like, Sasuke jumps behind a tree branch, but they're going so fast that they just explode the tree branch. And then Sasuke can't dodge them, so... yeah, he like explodes it, and then Morgan, are you in the outline on your phone right now? What are you doing?
I don't know. I accidentally clicked something and then it.
No, I'm just seeing your little cursor jump around on my screen, and it's
see.
very distracting. It's fine, of course, but anyways, so the kunai stab into Sasuke, but he was just a clone, so it doesn't matter anyways. But naturally, Gaara's kind of infuriated that Sasuke hasn't actually come out to fight him. So he calls Sasuke forth, but before Sasuke can come out, Gaara collapses to the ground and goes full flashback mode.
Gaara's design is so good.
Yeah, I was like vibing.
Yeah, so you do like the creepy monster. It's just not quite living up to your like expectations.
No,
Yeah, I
the
expected
initial
it to be-
transition, I was like, that's it.
Oh.
And then as these episodes went on, I was like,
He drills a lot.
Oh,
I
yeah,
kind of
he
like
does.
really liked the transition because it was kind of like a human turning into like Crash Bandicoot. It was like
It was kind of like a human turning into crap. And that's been your dream since you were born.
well, I think the only reason I was like kind of confused is because the last time we saw any sort of what Gaara was when he killed Dosu.
Mm-hmm.
And we only saw a shadow of it.
Yeah.
But I thought
So-
the shadow was like a whole different thing.
Yeah, that's
Like,
what I'm
didn't
saying.
expect
I
you
thought
to
he
see him at all.
completely transformed into
Well-
something.
No. So what happened was, right, that was just okay, that was Kankuro, right? He didn't want to
Nope.
blow up the spot, so he did a shadow puppet show. And then he made that giant creature just to hide the fact that Gaara is just a little Crash Bandicoot.
Anyway, so as I was saying,
No.
These fires.
Wait, Tamari actually does say something.
that's
She's
what I was
like,
gonna mention, but everybody cut me off.
All right. What?
Because she said, "Oh, well, eat like all of Gaara's power, even though it's only his right arm that was
Yeah,
affected, or whatever."
Yeah.
You said eat an Olive Garden, and I would love to go to
What?
Olive
When
Raj,
did you?
what is happening right now?
Why are you? Is this for you when you stretch?
Garden. No, it's just my fucking body is so sore, and then I kind of just couldn't stop doing it. It felt great.
I mean, it's all you, man. I'm just like.
Your ramblings
yeah, I
while you're
was like,
stretching
what's
are like,
going
what
on?
the fuck's going
Oh
on?
guys, I need to stretch more. I'm such an old man. This is what 20 is doing to me, guys.
Raj, you want to do yoga with me?
Dude, actually, I would love to do like hardcore intense. Like, who is that
Bro.
dude who got murked in the tuning exam? He was the anaconda.
Oh yeah, the
Like
guy that fought
Uri or some
Sasuke,
shit?
right?
Yeah, I would love
Uri,
to do him.
I said the guy
yoga.
that fucked
Crazy that
Sasuke.
you remembered that.
Right? I remember
What did he not say?
Uri.
I mean, what
Fought.
did he- Oh.
I remember Uri, but not what I did. Like, like who that tote bag
Yeah.
girl was.
Yeah.
Like, that's crazy.
Bro, the amount of like side characters in Naruto that I know the name of because of this.
It's absurd.
Yeah.
Absurd.
Yeah.
I would love to do him yoga because it's all just like wrapping
Bendy
body.
shit. Well, no, I did yoga on campus and I was really surprised. Like, it was a fucking workout, and
Yes.
that was the zen that
Yoga's
you got.
very
You like
hard.
worked the fuck out, and then they were like, all right, now lie down, and it was like, whoa,
Fire.
yeah, real
I
high.
do need to stretch more.
Do people
though.
do yoga fucked up? Because that feels like it'd be cool. Like even just like
I
stones.
don't know.
you
I don't
know?
want to do.
I mean, probably.
I tried skateboarding when I was high, and
that
I
sounds
had
scary.
this one neighbor.
I tried skateboarding so
I
hard
was-
and I died.
I was doing it in the hallway, but then
And smoking without skateboarding, you died too. So
Oh, yeah.
Maybe
There-
you need to do them together and
Yeah.
that'll be fine.
Yeah.
there's this one neighbor who
Uh-huh.
I like, kind of like. I don't know them really. We're like
Mhm.
acquaintances, sure, but she just like we just don't talk. But she was coming home,
Mhm.
and I was skateboarding. She saw me bust my ass,
Mm.
but not like I didn't like fall. I like fucking busted my ass. So
Yeah.
I just like kind of just laid there and just like fuck. I just see her just like staring at me and laughing and going inside. And now every time that was like 4 months ago.
Right.
Every time I see her, she still chuckles a bit.
Yeah, because she still knows.
Yeah, and it's like haunting. It's like I hate that.
Yeah.
I hate that.
I hate that too.
I wish
for
I
you.
could forget that.
Yeah, but you know who forget? You know
Just
what
on your
else?
tooth.
Yeah, I think it's a little chocolate chip.
Let me get it for you.
Raj leaned in very sweetly.
Yeah,
And,
with his head first. Were we gonna lick it off?
It's free
I
chocolate.
thought that
don't
was the
know.
joke.
I thought that was the real life that was happening. So speaking of memory, Gaara remembers watching a group of kids as a boy before he had his tat on his
I
forehead.
did not notice, and then I read it in the outline, and I was like, oh.
Yeah, it's important
That's
to draw
why he
attention.
looks like a baby.
Yeah, he's got no
Because he
tat.
was a baby, but like.
Right.
whatever.
And all this.
Eyeliner out the womb though.
Yeah.
Since day one. Yeah, his makeup's been on fleek. He's watching these kids. Do kids still say on fleek? Is that
No,
still, all right.
nobody has said that since like 2012.
Well, that's the last time I absorbed any pop culture.
Fuck.
So all these kids are playing soccer, and one of them kicks the ball too hard, and it lands on the roof. So Gaara uses his little sand to like gently carry the ball down to him, and he tries to give it to the kids, but the kids freak the fuck out and run away. But he's like this. He's like, oh, this always happens. People always run from me, and he's like reaching out. He's like, no, please don't leave me alone anymore. I can't be alone. And because he doesn't really have control over the sand, it wraps around the kids and starts like squeezing their legs and fucking them up, you know? And then he like really starts to lose control, and this giant tidal wave of sand moves over them, but the sand is knocked aside by this new character that we've never met before named Yashimaru,
Ooh.
who stands between the kids and the sand. In the present, Gaara snaps back to reality, continuing to he's just like knocking shit aside. He's just destroying the forest. And Sasuke recognizes that in a physical match, he's definitely gonna lose. But he remembers again Gaara's visit to his training days. This a lot of flashbacks. We just get a whole lot of flashbacks. Sasuke asks why Gaara was so obsessed with him, and Gaara was like, "Oh, because of the eyes thing. I know that you've been really alone, and I know hate and power and revenge." And then we actually see a clip of Itachi, which is kind of like a lot.
Yeah, that's
If I'm not mistaken, we see Itachi standing over a bunch of dead Uchiha with just Sasuke there. So that's crazy. Did you pick up on that? Did you? No? What did you think was going on?
I don't know. I was watching them this morning, so I was half asleep, and I think I just kind of didn't really address it in my brain.
Fair
I was
enough.
just kind of like, all right, something's happening.
I too watched them this morning. But these episodes actually did that a lot. They like flashed to a single image to like ratchet up the tension. It was pretty cool.
Yeah.
But yeah, so Itachi's influence on Sasuke is a lot like just generally being alone's influences on Gaara.
Man, Sasuke is just like his whole like Avenger like complex thing is
Avenger complex, yeah.
He's just like it's so weird how he got like indoctrinated into that.
Yeah, you're
like,
actually really right.
His like way to cope is like for him to like accept the massacre of his family in front of him is to be like,
It's to
oh no,
make
he
him
left me
strong.
alive.
Yeah.
Like because he wants me to kill him.
Damn.
It's like crazy.
Yeah, wow. Sasuke's pretty fucked up.
Yeah.
But so Kakashi like broke up what was going on between Sasuke and Gaara, and he was like, "Hey, Gaara, you don't know everything about Sasuke," but still, Gaara was like, "No, I do. And when we fight, it's not going to be just for the Chunin exams. It's going to be to the death." Ironic because that's what is happening right now.
Yeah.
So Gaara's like, "Hey, come out, come attack me, come do shit." Sasuke, in the present, he's behind a tree, and he's picturing Itachi. And like you said, Raj, he's like, yeah, he left me alive on purpose because he was guilty about killing the whole clan, so he had to leave me alive, and I'm supposed to be an Avenger. It's just like this whole thing. So he stands up, Sharingan activated, does the Chidori, gets all that lightning shit around his hand. He's like, yeah, I'm going to end this battle in a single blow. And then we cut away. Back to the Chunin exams arena. We got the third, struggling to maintain his hold on Orochimaru's soul, and Orochimaru continuing to pull the sword further into him, and Enma cutting up his hand, trying to pull it out, or keep it, whatever, you know? It's bad. Still, Sarutobi refuses to give up, and as the Reaper bears down on them, Orochimaru is like, he's scared that he's, gonna die.
Which was so cool because I don't know if it was this moment, but at some point when they're like doing their thing, they show the Reaper like make eye contact with Orochimaru, and you see for like the first time Orochimaru gets scared.
Yeah.
Like,
he definitely did not bank on this happening.
Yeah.
Hey, here's a question. How do you guys think that fight's gonna end? I think we only cut back to it once.
Sarutobi and Orochimaru?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah.
Because I feel like they're building it so much. Every time we flash back, it's the exact same thing.
I know.
Sarutobi is like grunting like an old man.
Well, I know. We got that one week where it was their actually cool fight, and now it's just
Enma's just holding the blade and is like, Sarutobi, just fucking do it already. And he's like, I can't because I'm old. And Orochimaru's like, you're an old man, but I'm still a little scared. Ha 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 ha. And like, I feel like there's a lot of build-up.
Yeah.
And like, I know I want Sarutobi to win.
Right.
And like, fuck Orochimaru, but like, also...
I mean...
No, I don't want him to fuck Orochimaru. I don't want him to do that. But like, I also feel like that can't happen.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that would just be like, oh, yeah, happy. But like, I feel like if we're going to have a win, I would rather it be Sasuke and Gaara. Yeah. And then have Orochimaru be the victor. And I, like, where we are in the episodes right now, I was like, oh yeah, no, like, Sarutobi's definitely gonna, like, fucking steal Orochimaru's soul and, like, be the victor.
But then it gets
as the episode goes on and I was, like, remembering things and seeing more things, I was like, oh no, that's definitely not gonna happen.
Yeah. All right, yeah. I mean, I'll probably ask again when we finish the whole outline, because this is like... Yeah. I don't really remember when we see the conclusion of that fight, but good God, yeah, they just keep cutting back and being like, remember, this is still important.
Happening.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So in the forest, Gaara and Sasuke charge towards each other. It's fucking awesome. Gaara's got his giant arm, Sasuke's got his Chidori, and they basically, Sasuke just slices through the whole arm.
It's so cool.
Yeah, it's fucking badass. It seems to work, and Gaara seems to be like down. But he rises and he laughs evilly, and his arm just reforms in like an instant.
Was it the other arm, or was I imagining that?
I'm not sure. I didn't check. No. I think it was the same arm because he is wounded, like by that Chidori slice. Even though he reforms the monster arm like right away, he like grabs at the sand, and you can sort of see it's like a little fucked up. Yeah. So I think that Gaara did get hurt, and that he's reforming the arm over it.
Yeah. Okay. Well, because he makes that comment, he's like, this is why I wanted to fight you. I didn't know why, but it's because you're the only person that can make me feel pain.
Yeah. So
just like actual physical pain.
Yeah, Sasuke is the only way that Gaara can like
feel
hurt himself. Yeah.
These episodes were dark as fuck.
Yeah.
Super.
Next week it's actually even darker. So.
Oh no.
Yeah, but yeah, Gaara is reveling in the ecstasy of pain. It's very freaky. Sasuke's Sharingan deactivates, and Gaara's gourd, this is the transformation that I liked. His gourd falls apart, and then the loose sand forms into a tail that matches
Could we consider Gaara a furry?
No. Because they're a sand thing.
Well,
but
furries are their costumes are made of, nylon or...
Okay, well,
No, to be a furry, you have to be a furry animal.
Okay, so would he be a scaly?
A sandy?
No, because they're not...
He's a sandy.
Yeah.
But I feel like most of the things that live in sand would be scaly, so maybe he is scaly.
Does he have scales?
Well,
that's the real question.
The arm does look weird. It's got like veins and shit, so maybe he is a scaly.
Maybe he's just a huge monster.
I don't like that very much.
But does the huge monster fuck? That's the question.
Gaara is a huge monster.
Huge monster ex Gamabunta. Love story.
Ooh, that'll be my ASMR episode.
Gamabunta
That's the fanfic I'll read.
Fiction.
Oh my gosh.
Gamabunta breathed in on his pipe. Hello, my boy. You're my prey, said Gaara sensually.
I think Morgan should just read it like ASMR and then have you just do all the voices.
Yeah, I'll
like
read
the narrator.
You'll be really close to the microphone doing ASMR. I'll be in the corner yelling the voices.
You'll just be like the narrator, and Liam
Yeah.
will just do the voices.
Mm-hmm.
Can that happen? I'll do it.
You have complete freedom over whatever your radio we said that would be. I'll just let that can just be
I'm
your
gonna write an outline.
MO.
Ooh.
Whatever you want. I don't recommend writing outlines. It's a nightmare.
Well, I'd only do it once, so
it
it would
takes
be
me
fine.
an hour to watch each episode, and like that's the fastest I can do it. Like I'm like typing away, like killing it. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. God damn, this show drives me insane. Every week I lose a little more sanity, and get a little more chocolate chips. So it's 50-50.
Oh, if I put some M&Ms in your drink, I'm gonna do it.
I mean, okay.
I mean, it'll probably be good as a chocolate drink.
True. Well,
Will they fit through? Are you drinking it through a straw?
Yes.
Are they gonna fit through the straw?
No, but he's mixing it up.
Yeah, don't worry. It's mixed now. They dissolve, apparently.
Maybe.
Well, kind of.
I don't
Anyway.
drink water. I don't know.
Yeah. So yeah, Sasuke. Oh right. Yeah. So Gaara's got his tail now, right? And he, I don't know. Yeah. This is about now. Gaara like falls back on the branch, holding the arm and the tail out, so he sort of slingshots himself.
I hated it.
Yeah,
I hated
but
every
it is cool
second
though.
of it.
He flies towards Sasuke, and Sasuke has to turn his Sharingan back on because even with the like sort of predictive power of the Sharingan, he's just barely able to get out of the way.
Yeah, because he's like, oh, he's even faster
Yeah,
now.
yeah, and when Gaara swings past Sasuke, he grabs onto a branch and slingshots back towards him. So
Like
Sasuke,
a fucking boomerang.
yeah. Sasuke doesn't have any like way to dodge really, and he can't use his Chidori. We don't know why. It gets explained in a second. So he uses Fireball Jutsu, but Gaara wraps himself up in the tail and the arm, and it just completely doesn't affect him at all.
Gaara's a monster.
Yeah.
Is so cool.
Yeah. Oh,
Yeah.
it's fucking awesome.
And it just gets worse and worse every time you see him.
And the
He's
way
like,
they draw the drool and like his eyes,
And his
like
teeth.
blood vessels.
Oh.
Yeah.
His teeth.
His teeth are like a little sharp, a little furry maybe. So Sasuke, he slows Gaara down a little bit with the fireball, but Gaara still punches him into a tree hard enough that it makes a smoking crater.
Yeah.
But like presumably softer than it would have been if Sasuke hadn't shot him with the fireball, I think it still slowed him down a little. Anyways, we do another flashback to Sasuke and Kakashi training. And Kakashi, now we know why Sasuke can't do the Chidori again, because basically, to do the Chidori, you have to use the Sharingan, which is probably why Kakashi invented it, because he's got one Sharingan. Again, we don't know why. Drives me fucking crazy. But even Kakashi can only use the Chidori like 4 or 5 times a day. It uses a fuck ton of chakra. So Sasuke, shouldn't be ashamed or anything. But Kakashi warned Sasuke that if he does try to overexert himself and do more Chidori than he has the limit to do, he could die. Or worse, but we don't know why just yet. In the present, Gaara's like, hey, Sasuke, you're pathetic.
You fucking suck, Sasuke.
He loses the scary voice. He just goes, hey, you suck.
You suck,
Wait,
bro.
who did that? Neji. Remember when Neji did that to Naruto? He was like, hey, you're a loser after fucking his fight against Hinata.
He's like, shut up. Just shut the fuck up already.
But yeah, he's like, your hate is too weak to defeat me. So Sasuke, but he thinks of Itachi. He thinks of his murdered clan. And he's like, I'm an Avenger. And bam! He has the Sharingan and the Chidori fully active. He stands up. He's fucking ready. He and Gaara leap towards each other once more. And what we see, just before they connect, the Chidori's like wavering. It's like starting to turn off. We don't know what's going to happen. We just see like this, like a splash of blood. And we don't know what happens. They land on 2 opposite tree branches. And we're like, oh shit, who got more damage? What's going on? And then Gaara's entire monster arm crumbles away. The first time this happened, it just sort of like split in half, kind of. But now the whole thing just goes to the ground. It's insane. And then the camera pans back, and we see why Sasuke had that power. And it's because he's got the full-ass curse mark back.
I forgot.
Yeah. About the curse mark?
About the curse mark.
And
I was like, what is it? Oh!
Yeah. Very bad. Very bad. But I like his costume with the curse mark out. That's when I liked it. I was like, this romping kind of works with the curse mark.
I guess that's why he's wearing it, to hide it.
Oh yeah, actually maybe. Because wait, is the neck any higher? He always wears turtlenecks, right?
No, the blue one
He's not
shows more
wearing a
skin. I guess.
True.
Isn't he just wearing a hide-collared shirt? Is it a turtleneck?
No, I guess it is just high collared. Yeah.
I don't know.
But there's no like, no, you're.
But
yeah.
it's fucking dope with the
It's
curse
dope
mark.
with the curse mark, yeah. But it's a badass like moment because you just see like Gaara on the back tree branch all sick and dead or whatever, and Sasuke's like, yeah, look at my evil person power. It's cool. Gaara though reforms his arm almost immediately, and Sasuke collapses to the ground, immobilized from the pain of the curse mark, which, like, when we know from the Force of Death, it hurts him a lot. Gaara seizes on this opportunity, closing in on Sasuke, his monstrous arm poised to strike with an unavoidable, fatal blow. He's gonna kill our boy. He's closing in. There's no hope left. Sasuke can't move. And then Naruto jumps in and yeets him to the side.
I got so fucking excited.
I love it.
I was like, this is incredible!
I don't know if it does the music when it's like...
No, he just kicks the fuck
but
out
it's
of him.
fucking dope. Yeah. Team Pakun's arrived, Sakura and Pakun land by Sasuke, and Naruto stands between them, glaring at Gaara. He's like, let's fucking go.
Oh, I fucking love it.
Yeah, that's the end of that episode. It's excellent. I love
was so
it.
good.
Super cool heroic moment.
So fun.
From Naruto.
I know.
Yes!
Yeah. Well, he loves showing up in the nick of time. As a matter of fact, I bet he got there earlier.
Well, no, honestly, he probably sat there arguing with Pakun and Sakura and was like, no, like, I really want to go fight. And they were like, no, we really shouldn't. Like, Sasuke can handle it. Like, it's fine. We need to stay back here and whatever.
Yeah.
And then Naruto's probably like, fuck you, I'm gonna go do it. And then he ran and they were like, well, we can't let him go alone.
Right,
then they were like running and then...
But what a good kick. And he's got like he's sort of dabbing.
He looks
his
a little
arms are down
angry.
his side. Yeah, but he's like, the kick's way up. He's got excellent form. It's beautiful. So episode 76, Pakun, he's like, oh shit, we're too late. And so here's what I think. I think Kakashi, because we were kind of wondering, like, why is Kakashi so worried about catching up to Sasuke? Mm-hmm. Like, why would that be their only mission? I think it must be Kakashi wanted them to stop him from using the curse mark.
Yeah.
Like, that must have been the whole point.
Which, they sealed it.
Yeah, but remember, the seal only works if Sasuke wants it to work.
Oh, yeah.
And Kakashi must have been
I forgot about that whole... That was so long ago.
I know. But, yeah, actually, for them, it was kind of long ago, too. It was like a month and a half, I think. But, yeah, Kakashi, he... That's what I assume, is that... Because it doesn't make any sense to me otherwise why he would have risked Kid's life to get Sasuke to just stop running. It must be because of the influence. Yeah. Sakura recognizes the curse mark from the Forest of Death, and she's like, wait a second, Kakashi promised that it wouldn't happen anymore. Why? What's going on? That's sad. Huh? Yeah. Naruto demands to know. He doesn't know who he's
so
fighting.
Stupid.
Okay, yes, he's stupid, but also, it's an anime, you know? Like, everything looks like an anime. So if you, like, put it into real life, like, I imagine Gaara looks really different, or at least pretty, like, he's got the same clothes, I guess, but half of his face is a monster.
Yeah. I mean, I guess, but he's still got bright fucking red hair.
And
it's, like, drawn strangely to do the monster, but also do, like, the Naruto art style, because the monster's very cartoony. Mm-hmm. He has, like, the huge, like, fang, and
big
then he's,
ear.
like, drooling. It's like they kind of went really cartoon. Like, it looks like Chaotix.
Yeah.
If you remember that.
It does look a little like Chaotix.
CW show.
Do I remember CW4 Kids? How dare you? I owned the Chaotix card game, you son of a bitch.
Jesus.
Wow.
Yeah. That's dedication.
Yeah.
That it is.
God, CW4 Kids was such a terrible and great time.
Hey, man, that was the cartoons of my childhood.
Yeah, no, that, like, got me into Yu-Gi-Oh! And, like, GX.
You ever watch Sonic X?
Gotta go fast. Gotta go fast. Gotta go faster, 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 faster. Moving at speed of sound. Try quickest hedgehog around. Got ourselves a situation. Stuck in a new location without any explanation. No time for relaxation.
Yeah, Sonic X is so...
Liam, that's what my OC is from.
Literally. Sonic X's theme song is so fucking good.
Oh, yeah.
That
Gotta
one,
go fast.
Chaotix is great.
Yeah.
Fucking... What else do they make?
Should we put the Sonic X theme song at the end of this episode?
Yeah.
Just like a little clip. Instead of the... What do I end these with? It's like... Yeah. Should I put the Sonic X theme song?
Yeah.
Alright, I will. I don't give a shit. It's like whatever. Remember that time that I just put the Patreon plug in the middle of an episode because these two fused into maybe?
Oh, yeah. Fuck it.
It's like whatever. But yeah, so Naruto, they have to tell him that he's fighting Gaara.
Just put like a little clip and then do like Audacity, do like a fade out, and it'll just be like, son, and then just like,
Maybe I'll just
Are you allowed to do that?
No, maybe I will have put it. We get copyright struck all the time because of shit I do. We should but it's just on YouTube. It doesn't affect the podcast. I think podcast copyright law is a little bit more Wild West.
Yeah.
Like you can kind of put whatever in there as long as whoever, probably Disney owns it. They're not gonna listen to our podcast, you know. Like there was at the end of our Christmas special, I put the Muppets singing "We Wish You a Merry Christmas."
Yeah.
We got copyright struck on YouTube, but nothing ever came of it on the podcast. So.
Because YouTube's copyright laws and rules
evil.
are fucking ridiculous.
Yeah.
Like,
If we
relax.
did get like a cease and desist from like Disney, that'd be insane.
I know. Well, we know we're tight with Viz though, so
Yeah.
we'll hit them up.
So if we got that from Disney, we'd be like, yo, Disney's listening.
Yeah. Yeah. Straight up.
Y'all be listening. Y'all be hearing.
Yeah, that'd be cool if Disney listened.
Hire us, Disney.
Oh my
We'll sell
gosh.
out.
Put us on Disney Plus.
Put us on Disney Plus, the only podcast available.
Straight up though, I think you can judge a streaming service based on the anime on that service.
Yes.
Like even if you don't like anime, a streaming service is better based on the anime.
Hulu has way more and way better anime than I think Netflix. Netflix has a weird selection of like a lot of just like
It's working
basic,
on it, but you're right. Yeah.
They're getting all the Ghibli movies, but not in the U.S.
Yeah,
so.
you're right.
Which is
Fuck that
so
shit.
dumb.
As soon as it
That
was February
sucks.
1st, I went on. I was like, yes, come on.
Yeah.
And no,
That sucks. And they also have but they have a few good ones, but nothing.
they do. Yeah.
Yeah, Hulu has
But
some,
who's got the classics? Fooly Cooley.
not even the classic. It's just stuff you should want to see.
Yeah.
Don't stick into
And they've got
one
new stuff, too.
genre of anime, especially if you like the shonen stuff. Like if you're a listener here and you like Naruto,
Yeah.
I strongly advise you go out there and explore different genres of anime, because the cool thing about Naruto is the emotional shit, and it's never really emphasized on, but when you get older you're gonna realize that's the stuff you kind of relate to the most. It's not the cool fights I care about. It's Gaara's tragic backstory.
I assume we talked about it at the live show, but the oldest story, we showed people the Gaara Lee fight, and it was terrible.
Yeah.
We watched it and it was like, whoa, shit, nobody knows what's going on.
Exactly.
But when we all watched it with the emotional investment, it's like, this is everything.
This is all it.
Yeah. Well, yeah, you even said that you had trouble following battles, but I assume that you feel this shit.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's all
For
about the
sure.
emotion.
So go out there and explore.
Yeah.
Cry a little.
Yes. Pakun tells Sakura, he's like, hey, just so you know, I'm no help in a fight. And Sakura's like, yeah, no shit.
You're a
You're
dog.
a fucking idiot. Go put on shampoo. And she's trying to come up with a way to escape, and Sasuke's coughing up blood, and again, he remembers Kakashi's training, where this is when he was like, yo, if you do try and use the Chidori more than 2 times, not only might you die, the curse mark is probably going to activate. And if you rely on hate, your development as a ninja will stop. Yeah. And you won't be able to stop Itachi.
You'll stay 5'4" forever.
Bro, well, yeah. The curse mark is a lot like cigarettes. It, hinders its growth.
Is that true?
Yeah, cigarettes hinder growth. But you're a grown man. Smoke away.
Don't smoke away.
I don't think we can stop him at this point, Katie. I think we
know.
just need to support
Someone
his
to say it
decisions and
every
hope he
time.
doesn't die.
Support his decisions and hope he doesn't die. Yeah. It's a good motto.
Yeah.
I've just given up at this point. Whatever.
Let's go.
Wait, what was I saying?
It makes him happy.
The curse mark. This is a big. I don't know if they meant it like this, but the way that I interpreted that line was that if Sasuke gives in to the curse mark, it gives him more power in the moment, but he literally won't be able to become stronger, which would make sense because Orochimaru wants to steal his body. So of course Orochimaru wouldn't give him something that would actually make him stronger in the long run.
Yeah.
He'd give him something that slowly saps his strength.
Yeah.
You know? Which is, I don't know if that's real, but that's how I interpreted that line. Because of Kakashi's words, Sasuke desperately in the present is trying to force the curse mark under control, all while Naruto's like, oh boy, I'm really fighting Gaara here. This is that's a big deal. Naruto tells his friends to run, and Gaara leaps once more right past Naruto.
Which, that was just Sakura's so annoying. She's like, what do you want?
Yeah.
And he's like, what is happening?
Yeah, Gaara does a good job of not doofensmirching, though. Everybody's like, oh, what are we going to do? What's going on? And he just towards
that was
Sasuke.
such a weird part because, it's the same thing that just happened, except now Naruto's here and he can't do it.
He's still
again.
not helping yet. But you know who does actually kind of get in the way, though? Sakura. She stands between them. She pulls out her fucking kunai, and Gaara, this sparks his PTSD shit. He sees Sakura, And then he sees Guy standing in front of Lee in the prelims. And then he sees Yashimaru standing between those kids. And he's like, all this shit happening. And so he pushes Sakura away, but presumably he pulled the punch a lot.
Yeah.
And he just sort of pins her against a tree with his monster arm.
Yashimaru's a pretty person.
Yashimaru?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Very pretty.
Much like Haku, another beautiful boy.
Very beautiful people out here.
Naruto fears that all hope is lost, unsure of his ability to take down Gaara, but the sand ninja falls to his knees. He's still pinning Sakura to the tree, but we get another flashback. So, as a boy, we see Gaara, a baby, again. And he tries to cut himself in front of a picture of a woman. We don't know who at the beginning of the scene, but he's dead ass just trying to cut his wrist, like straight up. But the sand protects him. Like, we know it works on its own. Then Yashimaru comes in and he's like, hey, I'm a member of the medical team assigned to protect you. When I see you trying to hurt yourself, it hurts me. Like, this is my whole job. So he's like, hey, don't do that. Gaara apologizes for hurting himself to Yashimaru, and Yashimaru is injured from protecting those kids earlier, and Gaara's like, yo, do those injuries hurt? And Yashimaru's like, yeah, they do, but they'll heal in time, like, it's fine. Gaara then asked what pain felt like. After all, with the protection of the sand, he's never felt it. So Yashimaru tries to explain, but it's really hard to put into words. Like, how would you describe pain to someone who's never felt pain?
Ouch.
Well, sure, but they have no
ouch.
they have no context for that, you know.
Yeah.
And he's like, ultimately, he's just kind of like, try to avoid it. That's like it's
It
bad.
might work.
Yeah. But even though Yashimaru couldn't really be specific, it still really moves Gaara, and he feels this immense guilt for hurting his protector, and he wonders if Yashimaru hates him like everybody else does. Yashimaru's like, no, look, people hurt people all the time, but it's hard to hate someone. It's easy to hurt someone, but it's hard to hate someone. And Gaara, like, that really excites him. He exuberantly thanks Yashimaru. But then this is my favorite, one of my favorite parts of literally all of Naruto. He goes, yeah, thank you for explaining that to me, because even though I've never bled and I've never felt like hurt before, I've been hurting a lot here lately. And he grabs his heart, and like that shit, man. That shit.
That's
I'm not
fair.
crying.
It's so
There's just
sad.
sand in my eyes.
Exactly. Yeah. That. Yeah. And the poor little Bebe Gaara grabs his heart, and it's like, yeah. So Yashimaru goes up to him and he cuts his own finger, and Yashimaru's like, yeah, it bleeds now, but it's gonna heal soon. But a wound dealt to the heart is a lot more dangerous because there is no medicine, and sometimes it never heals. The only thing that can mend a broken heart is love. And he looks over at the woman in the picture, and Gaara's like, yo, how do I get love? Like, because, my heart hurts, and I'd like to have it. And Yashimaru's like, yeah, right? But Yashimaru's like, no. My sister, your mom, did love you, and I think that her love is in the sand that protects you, which is... Yeah, it's very moving, very sweet.
Right in the soul.
Gaara thanked Yashimaru, and Yashimaru, sucking the finger on his wound, was like, oh no, don't worry, it's nothing. And then little baby Gaara goes over and takes Yashimaru's hand and puts the finger in his mouth, and he tastes the blood, and he's like, oh, it's metallic. It's like, yeah. Cool scene. I love it.
Yeah.
We cut back to the present. We go on top of the Chunin exam arena, and Orochimaru continues to, like, this is where he's really freaking out. He's losing his touch with reality. He's, like, seeing the Reaper as the third Hokage. It's a whole thing. Then, we go within the amphitheater, and we finally find out what the fuck Guy and Kakashi are up to.
This is my favorite thing ever.
They're just punching away at Sound and Sand Ninja. And Guy's like, ooh, that's 21, 22. And then he, like, lands next to Kakashi, and he's like, I just took out 23 ninja. What about you? And Guy's like, Guy, shut up. Like, please.
It was... so fun.
Yeah, they're like competing to see who kicks more ass.
Guy and Kakashi's like comedic duo.
I love it.
Unmatched.
Give me-
such
They're
great
so
like
good.
comedy,
Because-
like cartoon stuff. It's fun.
They like flash to Guy like kicking ass, and he's just like smoldering the whole time. Then
Yeah.
they cut to the Kakashi, and he's just like, I don't want to
Well,
fucking do this.
not
Like,
only that, like they cut to Guy and he's like spinning around like using jutsu and shit. Kakashi stands there, lets himself get stabbed, and then I don't remember what his counterattack was, but he was a log. Obviously,
Yeah.
it was a substitution, but he does not give a shit at all. But yeah, they're just competing to take out Guys. That's where they are. So then we go back to the flashback, and Gaara, he asked Yashimaru for medicine, and he took it to the house of the kids that he accidentally hurt earlier. And he's like, hey, I brought you, medicine. But they slam the door in his face and call him a freak.
Yeah.
Heartbroken, Gaara drops the medicine and just sort of like sulks through the village alone, you know. And it was nighttime, so this drunk guy bumped into him. And at first, the drunk guy was like, "Hey, yo, fuck you,
Isn't
kid."
it crazy that, like, our Cartoon Network show showed, like, a drunk guy?
Bro, the fucking Tazuno was drunk when he showed up. Do you remember that?
Yeah.
He walked in, he was like, "You all suck," and I'm drunk.
Not gonna
Fucking hate you
lie.
kids.
I really thought the drunk guy was Shikamaru's dad.
That would have been great.
Like,
And Shikamaru's dad's an alcoholic. I forgot about that.
Oh, yeah, he
Yeah.
is.
Well, yeah, so this drunk guy bumps into him, and at first he's like, "Yo, fuck you," but then he recognizes that it's Gaara, and he screams and runs away, and
Oh,
Gaara...
it's the boy with the eyeliner. I gotta go.
Yeah, they're very not woke in the Sand Village. They
Not
see
at
it,
all.
and the drunk guy's so uncomfortable in his masculinity that he's like, "Ah, a beautiful boy." Ah. No, but it's interesting. You remember, like, literally the second episode maybe of the entire show, Ebisu was like, yeah, or Naruto was like, "Oh, everybody has the same cold look in their eye." And Ebisu showed up, and he was like, "Oh, it's that same cold look. Everybody's got this same look of hate."
Bro, who the fuck is Ebisu?
The motherfucker that trained Konohamaru and then started to train Naruto, but got
Oh
replaced with
my
Jiraiya.
god,
Yeah.
I forgot about him.
Sunglasses guy.
Oh, what a loser.
I know. But so Gaara's kind of dealing with the same thing, and he sees more hate in these people's expressions, and so he kills him. Like he kind of freaks out, and his sand just kills the guy. Gaara keeps walking, and like we see civilians go up to the murdered guy, and he's like, and they're like, "Oh shit, Gaara killed someone." And Gaara keeps walking. Eventually, Gaara comes to his father, and he just like looks down at him, and he's like, "Disappointed in you." He doesn't actually say anything.
I hated it.
Yeah. So Gaara goes up to the roof to be alone, and he sits and he looks at his hands, and he's trembling. He's hating himself. But really, he just wants to be wanted. He wants to be loved. He wants to be normal. And he's crying. He's crying for Yashimaru because he hurt Yashimaru. He's crying for all the people that he's hurt. He's clutching his heart because not even his perfect defense can protect it. And then suddenly, this hail of kunai strike from behind him. And like, obviously his sand protects him immediately, but he turns around and there's this masked ninja with just like levitating kunai all around them. It's cool. And that masked ninja prepares for the next attack. So Gaara rises and he's furious, he's confused. The enemy tries to attack again, but again, kunai are easily blocked. And Gaara does fucking sand coffin or whatever. He like lifts the person up in a pillar in their body and squeezes it. Bam. So the attacker drops to the ground. Gaara is terrified of his own actions. He runs up and he's like, "I'm sorry. Like, who are you? What happened?" And then we see on the attacker's finger, there's a cut.
Oh no.
Yeah.
Oh, it's heartbreaking.
So already we kind of know, and so does Gaara.
This one
Yeah.
sucks.
But he
man.
still has to see it for sure. And he pulls away the mask of the assassin, and it's none other than Yashimaru.
Fuck,
Yeah.
I like this guy.
I just like why?
Well, we don't know yet. Like,
Well, he
That was so
foreshadowed it. He was
confusing.
like, "You don't know the pain I feel."
Yeah.
Because he was gonna murk the kid.
yeah.
Yeah.
What?
Well, like,
No.
like,
I was so confused.
well, I assume that we'll get more context. I would
Yeah.
say, I mean, like, we don't know what happened to Gaara's, like, mom, you know?
Don't we?
Well, we
We do.
do.
Do we?
Yeah,
That
because he said
Giving
that
birth to him
the
was
woman that gave birth
killed
to
him?
me, I like ruined her.
Still like a few steps there, because I was like, he could have killed her. He could have like.
I thought it was
there
a
are other
childbirth.
people, like,
Yeah, no, I
soup
assumed she
and
died
then
during
ate
childbirth.
her.
Oh, yeah. Well, I guess, I just mean, like, I don't know. We just don't have, like, the full context of it yet. You know what I mean? But more than that, yeah,
Maybe they did like the Ninja Turtle thing when like you give birth and then like Master Shredder comes and takes the baby away. And he,
It's
like,
a rite of passage.
Crazy
in the
conspiracy theory.
Uh-huh.
Her brother, he's a medical man. She gave birth and was like in a lot of pain, and he killed her because he was like he felt bad, and then he was like, okay, well the thing that caused her pain was this kid, so like I need to kill him now because he caused me and my family pain.
Yeah, that's a valid theory.
Master theory.
I think Shredder took Gaara and
You,
killed
you
the
think
mom.
it's a Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles thing. Morgan thinks it's an emotional family thing. We'll have to see.
We'll have to see how this plays out.
We'll just have to wait this one out and see who's closer. But yeah, Yashimaru's like, what?
Can I blow my nose? I'm very loud at that, and so I don't want to do it in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah, it's fine.
Sorry.
Okay. It's okay.
You're an asshole for this, Katie.
Son of a
You're
bitch.
the worst
You ruined
human
the
being
goddamn
ever.
podcast.
God damn
God
it.
damn it, Katie.
Blowing your nose.
I was waiting for a break.
Come
and
on.
going back to the something.
It's 2020. What are you doing?
Yeah, blowing your nose in 2020 like it's fucking 2019.
Come on.
Or any year before that where you blew your nose.
I haven't used an umbrella since 2004. Grow up, Katie.
Didn't you recently have an umbrella that broke?
Don't do this on it.
Okay. Yes, and me, you son of a bitch. So Yashimaru, he's on the ground, he's all bloody and shit, and he's like, but he congratulates Gaara on defending himself, which is really sad. And Gaara, he just like, he was already hating himself and being like, I wish I had any love or anyone who treated me normally. And now the one person that he had, and the person he felt most bad about betraying, like, he killed because they tried to kill him.
Yeah.
And so he falls to his knees and he's wailing in pain, and we just see like the sand spread out everywhere responding to his emotions, and then we go back to the present. God damn it, that's sad.
Yeah.
Gaara in the present is looking up at Naruto, and he's like, because he sort of comes back to his senses, and he's like, hey, why haven't you run away yet? And but Sakura, who Gaara is pinning to the tree, she's like, oh, Naruto, Sasuke, help me, you know? And she can't run because she's pinned to the tree, and Sasuke can't run because he's KO'd, and Pakun can't help because he's a little dog. So yeah. And Naruto's just like, look, I'm here because I'm protecting my friends, and if you hurt them again, I'm gonna fucking pulverize you. At this, Gaara literally puts the pressure on Sakura. He like pushes down on her on the tree, and she cries out in pain. So, which like, yeah, that's gonna fuck with Naruto big time. So we've got Gaara is this monster. He's transforming into a monster. Tamari, we actually saw a couple cuts of her, and she's like fucking horrified because this is everything that her and Kankuro were scared of is happening right now. Pakun can't help. Sasuke crippled by the curse, and now Sakura's in even more danger. So Naruto really doesn't have any other options than to jump forth into battle against the monster ninja from the village hidden in the sand. And then we get like a freeze paint frame, like it's like a painted freeze frame.
Cool.
Yeah, it's a little random how I broke up the episodes, but every once in a while it ends with like a painted freeze frame, and I'm like, well, I guess I did it right because that's the end of this episode. It's the end of the set of episodes we watched. What did we think of these eps that we watched for today?
Kind of really lame in a lot of places. But
you know, the animation was bad.
Yeah, but I think some of the ups, like these are just like hyping up. It's like
Sad.
It's like when you watch Batman vs Superman just because you want to prepare yourself for Justice League.
Yeah.
It's like that. I feel like I'm getting ready for Justice League.
What is the good in that sentence?
There's 20 minutes of Batman vs Superman and Batman vs Superman.
I kind of like that. It's got an okay moment or two.
Yeah. And then this show, these 3 episodes had an okay moment or two. And then Justice League had like 3 or 4 okay moments.
You like Justice League more than Batman v Superman?
Oh yeah. Ezra Miller's like godly. Ezra Miller like carries the entire film.
Miller's the best part. Actually, the Flash and Cyborg in that movie,
kind of.
I think like there's that one scene where I don't know if you remember. They're digging up Superman and like they are kind of joking around and talking. And that one scene, I was like, if this was the movie, I would like this.
They do the after credit scene where they like Superman and Ezra Miller do the race.
Yeah.
I like we call him Ezra Miller, not the Flash, because it's just Ezra Miller.
It's Ezra Miller. Yeah.
Ezra Miller, I love you.
Yeah.
Have sex with me.
Wow. Is he the White Woman of the Week?
Yes.
White Woman of the Week.
That's the
Ezra
universe.
Miller.
That's
It's Ezra Miller's helicopter landing on top of the building.
Ezra, I'm
runs
coming.
downstairs. Yeah, he gets access to to these episodes before they come out while we're recording.
Yes.
Yeah. What did you guys think of these episodes?
I enjoyed them. I thought it was a lot of backstory, which was like, yeah, I definitely enjoyed seeing like a lot of Gaara's backstory, and that's really mostly what it was. Like I feel like there wasn't like the fight between Gaara and Sasuke happened, but that seemed, I don't know, like I was hoping that Sasuke would kick ass more, I think.
Yeah.
But like he did, but like
Not really.
Yeah.
Yeah, he just ran out of chakra immediately.
Like in my head, I'm like, how is Naruto gonna win? And then I remember the Nine Tails, but I'm like, how is Naruto?
Yeah,
gonna
he's
be
got
better
those
than...
frogs that he's never that he hasn't talked to in so long.
I really liked these episodes. I actually didn't mind the animation. In some spots, it was a little bit
I think at the start of one of the episodes, it's Gaara still, and just his eyes are animated, and it looks so bad. It looks.
I just liked
I
how
really noticed that.
the way that Gaara was drawn as he like progresses through getting angrier and like more sandy.
Yeah.
Was really cool. The Shino Kankuro fight was fucking stupid.
Okay.
Like I didn't care. Like.
I do love the bit. It didn't look as cool in the anime, but in the manga it's like a whole page. But where that head's flying towards him and it stops just before it hits, I think that's kind of cool.
Yeah.
Other than that,
The fight was
that
I was
liked
like,
a
whatever.
lot.
yeah.
I am really glad that Sasuke didn't kick more ass.
You're glad
I
that he
really
didn't?
like the fact that Naruto showed up, because in
Mm-hmm.
my head, I really want Curse Mark and Ninetales to like meet
Mm-hmm.
and just cancel the fuck out of Gaara. Like,
Oh, so if Sasuke gets his shit together and stands up with the curse mark.
there's like part of me that's just really aggressively hoping that Kakashi is wrong.
Oh, and
Like
Sasuke
that
can
somehow
be stronger?
Sasuke can like get out of this mentality that like he is only like here to like kill his brother, and that's what he's meant for.
And
he
use
like
the curse
uses
mark.
it and
Yeah.
like channels it and like
Well, because
alters
everybody has been saying that the curse mark is bad if it comes from a place of hate.
Yeah.
What if it comes from a place of love?
it. Yeah.
Right?
Or like a place of like
Protecting your
friendship.
friends. Yeah,
and,
yeah,
like he like comes to and sees Naruto like fighting Gaara,
Yeah.
and then looks over and is like, oh my god, Sakura's like
Yeah.
gonna get murked and like
Or
all
like
the things.
he's fighting Gaara and he's got that like Ninetales mode, and Sasuke opens his eyes and he's like, "Damn, Naruto's so cool. I gotta do it." And then he gets the curse
Yeah.
mark's power and he like
And then
joins
they like
him.
yeah.
Yeah.
Like that would be like my ideal.
That'd be dope. That's a good prediction. Here's a
Yeah.
prediction. Now that we've finished, can I ask one more time? And Katie, like you didn't really say anything the first time. What do you the Hokage Orochimaru fight? Do you have any thoughts on what's gonna happen there?
Never mind.
What?
No, go ahead.
What did
Katie,
you
go
figure
ahead.
out?
No, go.
I don't know. I've just like the whole time I've been expecting the Hokage to win and they both die and everything, but
That's
I,
fair.
and
That's
then when you
valid.
questioned it, I'm like, oh, okay, so something interesting.
No. I'm just like
probably.
no. If you think that they're just that he'll just seal Orochimaru away and like they'll both die, like that's valid as fuck. I'm just like
Yeah, but also like Morgan's right. Like there's been so much build up. Like probably something will happen. I just didn't think about it really until you asked. And
That's
then I was
fair.
like, oh,
Yeah.
But Morgan definitely.
what
just
was your
realized
little
something
yeah?
I'm
What was your
very
little figure
curious
it out
about.
moment?
So, Orochimaru put the curse mark on Sasuke.
True.
So what happens if Sarutobi actually gets Orochimaru's soul? What happens with the curse mark? Does it stay there and he still has the power? Does it go away? Does the power change? Does it turn into a different power? Like, what happens to it if his soul suddenly
That's
is
a
gone?
good question. Yeah,
Like-
if you kill Orochimaru, what happens to the curse mark?
Like,
A valid question.
because, like, maybe it would stay and then it wouldn't be a bad thing and it would help him grow as a ninja.
Yeah.
Or maybe it would just disappear.
So if the third kills himself to kill Orochimaru before they defeat Gaara, and then the curse mark, the evil leaves it because Orochimaru is dead.
then Gaara's gonna get fucking murked.
Yeah, because Sasuke, and then it's like,
But-
I just have what?
If Sasuke is like, fuck that, like, I hate this guy, I still want to kill him, I will use this curse mark, I don't care anymore, I want to protect my friends.
Yeah,
And Orochimaru dies and the curse mark is gone,
yeah.
and he loses that power, what happens then?
Well, maybe he just gets stronger,
Or maybe
like
he
naturally. Or he
dies.
gets his ass whooped. Yeah, also possible.
Maybe he just gets gay.
Yeah.
Maybe he just gets
Maybe he
gay.
already is.
Well, he
Yeah.
isn't.
Well, yeah, actually, he definitely
Yeah.
is. Quick thing on the music. Orochimaru's theme, which they play every once in a while when they cut back to the I assume it's
Yeah.
Orochimaru's theme. I fucking love it. It's just so
It's
goddamn
one of the
cool.
best songs of
Yeah,
the
yeah.
original show for sure.
Yeah, all right, that's pretty much it. I love, Morgan, when you and I get into prediction talk because I know
Yeah.
what's going to happen.
I know.
But
I don't.
I love delving into that mindset of like, yes, whatever you say. Yeah. All right. Let's do some reader response. First up, we're gonna do some Patreon shoutouts. Yeah. This week our Genin tier shoutout, which gets you a shout out on one episode of the podcast, is for Nathaniel Moses Linde.
Woo!
Hell yeah,
Nathaniel.
So if this is our new thing, if they were a Naruto character,
Yes.
Assuming they weren't just working for your porn shop,
Yes.
what would they do? What would they?
Shino Beetle.
Yeah.
Yes.
Really?
Nathaniel Moses Linde would be a Shino beetle.
My
Like the
brain
king
immediately went
beetle.
to the walking on water episode.
Well, beetles can walk on
Because-
water. They just can't fly.
Sure.
Yeah, they just can't fly.
So this would be a water beetle.
Like Beetle Jesus.
Nathaniel Moses Linde would be
A water beetle.
a water Jesus beetle.
Well, not he'd be Moses Beetle.
Moses beetle.
Yeah.
Why?
His name is Moses in it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Moses Linde.
But why?
Well, because Jesus
why
is
can't
walking
he
on
also
water,
be Jesus?
and then Oh,
Moses
okay.
and Jesus are
That's
different.
why
You're
I thought
every
it. I don't know.
That's why I said, why can't he also be Jesus?
It's
philosopher
every
and
yeah
prophet.
every Bible character in one
In
beetle.
one
In
beetle.
one
Okay.
beetle.
That's
Yeah.
you,
Yeah.
Nathaniel.
Yeah. It's Nathaniel is the beetle that wrote the Beetle Bible. Yeah.
Wear that with pride.
Yeah, bring that in. Bring this episode in for fucking show and tell.
And you,
Are you okay?
at your office 9 to 5 job,
Yeah.
go into your boss's room and be like, gotta show you something.
I think I deserve a raise, and here's why. And play this clip from this NaruTalk episode. And they'll be like,
funny clip, but no.
well, this is the greatest podcast ever to be all about Naruto.
You
That's
convinced me of that part.
the boss is like, oh, listen.
Yeah.
I just,
I'm not giving you more
You
money.
just don't get a raise.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh.
We love you, do Nathaniel. We love you.
Yeah, we love you, Nathaniel. Also, so next are our tuning tier patrons. They passed the tuning exams with flying colors. They did it.
They did it.
They won.
They
They
graduated.
fought
Hell yeah.
all the Gaaras,
Killed
all the
100
doses.
people.
Yeah, they killed. These are murderers.
Yeah,
all,
straight up.
These 4 people they're wanted. They're FBI most wanted. Yeah. Dave Mata.
Yes.
He's wanted. What is Dave Mata wanted for? That's
Oh
good.
my
Let's come up
gosh.
with what all these people are wanted for.
Oh man, it has to be like extreme stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like,
Well, for Dave Mata, yeah,
he broke into the to the zoo and fought a gorilla and won.
that makes
Yeah.
sense. Yeah. Okay. Nina Kelly.
Oh, bank robbery.
I was thinking, like something mastermind. Like
Yeah,
brain,
Nina would
big
rob a
brain
bank
robbery
so
would.
Yeah,
well.
Like a
Maybe,
very
like-
smart brain robbery.
Yeah, like
Yeah.
payday.
Or like they hacked like some big like online banking thing.
Yeah. They stole all the bitcoins.
Ninu destroyed Bitcoin.
Yeah, they did.
Yeah. Pro Hendrix.
Arson of a city.
Arson of a
A
city.
whole city.
Yeah, this Chicago.
whole city.
You know how they say like Chicago got lit on fire by a cow or something like that? I don't know the actual story, but it's a real myth or
Yeah.
something. It was Pro Hendrix.
Oh,
Okay.
got it.
Yeah, Pro Hendrix lit Chicago on fire.
Wow.
And Jay.
Murder.
I
just-
thought they were all murder. I thought this was an addition.
No. Bank heist is not murder.
No, but I
And
thought they
neither
were
is
all
fighting a
murderers, and
gorilla.
then we were adding
Oh,
other
right, I
things.
forgot about
No.
Yeah, that's why they were.
Okay, so
most wanted.
besides the murder charge, I guess shooting at the police with fireworks gun.
Yeah, fuck the police. So.
Fireworks.
Fireworks
alright.
gun.
Fireworks gun. Is
That's
that
something
Saints Row 3?
Is that a thing?
I think
A
I've
gun
seen.
with
There's a vine
fireworks?
of it I saw where it's just like a 4th of July, people just shooting at each other with fireworks.
Fireworks.
That's in my like bucket list. I want to
Yeah.
shoot at people with
Oh
fireworks.
my
Especially a
gosh.
cop.
Yeah, I wanted this thing where
Oh,
you like
wow.
you're in a field like a field
Mm-hmm.
and
In a field, like, a field.
and you run forward while people shoot at you with fireworks.
Yeah.
I want to be on both sides of that.
Well, that's what Jay got arrested for.
Yeah.
So.
yeah,
That's
Jay
number six.
shot me
So,
with a
yeah.
firework.
Yeah.
gun.
And then so you actually arrested Jay.
Yeah, I arrested.
And Jay was like, well, as
I performed a citizen's
as
arrest.
payback, I'll give to the Patreon. And
Drive
then
me away.
of course, our Jonin, better, more powerful than a Chunin. They've got vests and such. Whatever Jonin do, they run around. They are Jonin.
They are Joni.
Yeah, that's Janie J, who legendary, truly. I've got I don't want to arrest these people. These Jonin are heroes.
The rest of
Yeah.
us.
Yeah, they arrested us. Yeah.
The rest of us.
It's true.
Yeah.
Nick Astor, damn, got me again. And Steven, ooh, son of a bitch. Yeah, thanks so much to all those people
Thank you,
for
thank you.
helping
Thank
us
you.
keep the podcast afloat. Let us know what you think of the podcast. Ask questions, give comments, whatever the fuck you want. You can go to Gmail, narutalkpod@gmail.com, Reddit, r/NaruTalk, Facebook, NaruTalk, the Naruto ShipPodcast, YouTube, NaruTalkPod, Instagram and Twitter @NaruTalkPod. Use hashtags, whatever, tag us. I don't give a fuck. Our website is narutalk.wordpress.com, and the Patreon. That's where those patrons come from. They grow out of the Patreon. www.patreon.com/NaruTalkPod. There's tiers on that. We've got an amazing Discord where we learn all about the people.
Yeah, yesterday one of the members came in and was like, guys, I just had my first kiss, and it was the cutest
And
thing.
everybody
I was like, oh my
celebrated,
gosh.
and there was
Yeah.
much
That was
rejoicing.
so cool.
Yeah, so come talk about your first kiss and Naruto and music and tattoos and video games and
Literally anything.
yeah, that's mostly
Talk about us. Ask
Yeah.
us questions.
yeah.
I'll answer personal questions.
So
Yeah,
am I.
me too.
Send,
I'll answer how my day's
so
going.
come into
That's
that.
the most personal question.
Yeah.
Josh,
Yeah.
how are you doing?
I'll answer anything. The general, just good or bad on my day. That's as far as I'll go.
That's all
but
you need
That's
from
pretty
Anything.
deep. Yeah, anything exactly. That's at the $2 tier. That's like basically come on.
Yeah.
And then at $5 tier you get bonus episodes and you get more and more stuff as you work your your way up. You know how it goes. But any amount of money is greatly appreciated. Links for all that stuff's in the description below. And let's say you clicked on that shit and you sent us something. What's an example of that?
A reader response?
A reader response.
Oh, God.
I go. Okay, so we got an email from Elijah Hansel.
Whoa.
They said, your podcast is the funniest thing I've ever listened to. I found it while having the urge to listen to all things Naruto, since I've been a longtime fan of Naruto, and I found a playlist on Spotify. And you guys, and I've been listening to you guys since I'm on Naruto. Scared boner and still enjoying it. Wait, I'm on Naruto Scared
so
boner.
I've been listening to you guys since.
Okay.
I don't proofread any of these. I just copy and paste them right into the doc.
Well, no worries. They're probably in a rush listening to Scared Boner and still enjoying.
Hell yeah.
Love everything you're doing. Keep up the good work. Elijah Hansel.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Thanks for shouting out the episode
thank
Naruto
you.
Scared Boner. It's by far our least listened to episode, I think. Other than one that's just called Iruka Goes Missing. Bad title. That's on me.
But yeah, I love it when people tell us like episodes they really liked or like
Yeah. The more specific you are, the
the
it's,
better.
that's
When
it's
you
so
like
fucking cool.
find a joke that's really funny or
Yeah.
just like a moment you like really fucked with us or related. Just like hearing that is so cool
Mm-hmm.
because it makes us feel more human
Yeah.
than like the robots we are.
Yeah.
Well,
Only
then you
one
are
of us is a
Katie.
Speaking
robot.
of robots,
Yeah.
I have a
Nice.
reader response.
Let's go,
It's a
Katie!
YouTube comment, right?
Yeah.
From Ben G. DeSantis that says, to Morgan, Liam, Raj, and Robot. So that's me.
I love that.
And he said, hello from Albany, New York. My name is Ben.
Yes,
and I'm
I
also
live by
11.
Albany. Fuck yeah.
Give
Sorry.
me a shout out, please.
He said he's also 11?
Yeah.
Oh, Ben.
Well, Ben, I hope you're having a good time in Albany.
Ben.
I hope you're having a good life there.
You're funny for an 11-year-old.
Yeah, that's good callback to the joke. That was good. I hope
Yeah.
you're enjoying Albany. I live by there.
I know I don't.
Ben, you seem ahead of the curb.
Yeah.
Keep it up.
Yeah.
Keep it up, King.
It's like you
Yeah.
said, keep listening. I think NaruTalk makes you smarter.
Oh, for sure.
Yeah.
Oh, boy.
We're like,
I think by default, everybody that listens to NaruTalk is smarter than we are.
Yeah.
oh,
So
for sure.
therefore, it just makes them realize their own intelligence.
Damn. Yeah.
Ben,
Wow.
go
Spit inside
go
you.
write a book or something. I feel like
Yeah, go write a book, you son of a bitch.
Go start an art project. Go
Yeah.
start a band. Live your best life, Ben.
Go
I want
rob a
to I want to
bank.
be here about how famous you are in 10 years.
Yeah, Ben.
Because you listened to NaruTalk.
Exactly.
We better get a shout out.
Yeah. Yeah,
Because we
yeah.
gave you one.
Yeah, Ben.
Come on,
You
Ben.
11-year-old.
I'd also like to give a shout out to Instagram user at skin_walker_in_hiding.
Skinwalker in hiding.
They said, I'm sure you guys get a lot of messages and everything, but I can't pledge, so I wanted to message you here and say thanks for being such a fun podcast to listen to.
Thank you. If you can't pledge, just
Don't worry
add us,
about it,
tag us,
yeah.
whatever. It's totally
Yeah.
cool. We love you for listening.
Yeah.
I listen to you guys while at work, and it definitely makes it a better time for me. You guys match and work so well together. It's overall just a good time to listen, so thanks for being a Naruto podcast. You're welcome for being a
We
Naruto
sure are a
podcast.
Naruto podcast. It's really no trouble. That's what we are.
But thank you. And seriously, if you can't donate,
Oh,
worries.
no worries at all. Yeah. It's
But-
like, it's appreciated. We love talking to you in the Discord
Yeah.
and shit, but like,
The
yeah.
fact that you decided to even like write a comment just means
Yeah.
so much.
Yeah,
so
yeah. Oh, and big ups to everybody who like. Obviously, it's like 3 weeks ago now, but we took a pretty big break for like we just did a best of shit and stuff like that. I thought it would be fine. Some people took a little bit of issue with it, and a lot of people are like, "Oh, it's cool. Like you're back. You know, it's like better." You guys are like healthy and have fun,
Yeah.
and we have quality over like you trying to rush out something, and so
Yeah.
that means a lot. Just any support always means a lot. Another good way to support us is leave a 5-star review in the Apple Podcast app. It helps with our analytics or something. I actually don't know, but every podcast I listen to asks for that. So I assume that that's something you're supposed to do. But they can be anything, like literally. For example, here's one from the _Frenchiest_gay_fry. They said, favorite podcast, and their little 5-star review was, I'm a huge Naruto fan, and I like listening to this when I'm bored. My favorite podcast channel, thumbs up emoji. So,
Wow.
you.
Thank
yeah,
you.
thank you.
Thank
I feel
you.
like if I was scrolling through the podcast or whatever and I read that, I'd be like, okay, yeah, I'll listen. Is that
I'm bored. I'll listen.
I'm bored too. I'm always, yeah. Hey, tell your friends, whatever, if they'd like it.
Spread the word.
Yeah, spread the good word. Be like Moses.
Yes.
Or whatever.
Yes.
Yeah. Is that what he did? Who cares? Our graphics team is Glenn Federico and Ali Caruso. They do episode art, our logos,
Wonderful people.
So next Monday we are going to be watching the episodes 77, 78, and 79, which are, do I usually say what they are? We get more Gaara's backstory, so get hard for that. Yeah, that'll be fun.
You do?
What?
Say who they're about?
I'm feeling now that I don't.
Morgan said that you do, though, but it didn't sound
I thought you
wrong.
meut do I usually say what the episodes are that we're watching?
No, I know I do that, but
I
I
don't
didn't
think
know.
you say what's
I don't
in
usually
them.
do a little. Okay, well, whatever.
Well,
Get a little more Gaara backstory. So look forward to that. 77,
assume the
78,
things
79.
these episodes will continue in the next.
Yes, exactly. If there's a plot happening, there will be more of that. Whatever. Hey, let us know what you think of those if you listen ahead. Literally nobody's ever done that, but I think it would be fun.
Yeah.
And I would mention it in the episode, so why don't you guys come the fuck on?
Come on. Hey guys, it's Raj here. Everyone else left, so I snuck in when everyone was recording, and well, they weren't recording. They all went to go pee or something. So here I am, right? And I have to announce something. That shirt giveaway is still happening. We're still looking for responses. Send them in. We are going to be randomly choosing one of you lucky participants to get a shirt and some shit. So get excited. Oh god, I hear them coming. Oh god. Oh god. Fuck. I gotta run. I gotta go. Nothing. I gotta go. I gotta go. Shirts, giveaways, happening soon.
Anyways, thanks for listening, and as always,
Be safe, have fun, believe it.